Okay. Are we live?
I believe so.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, there it is. I can see the start. I've got it muted so I don't deafen myself. That's great. Oh, we have a recent donation ticker as well. Oh, wow. This looks so good, honestly. Just looking at the stream. All right, well, we shall give it a little bit to trickle some people over. Oh no. Someone's got Nightbot for spamming caps already.
Oh dear.
I'm now going to look for the stream. And then immediately mute it because then I heard my own voice, which was the worst thing in the world.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Bright Iris. You okay? No, Nightbot has been you've been released from capital letter jail. Good job.
Bad and naughty streamers get put in the capital letter jail to atone for their crimes.
I should stop watching the stream anyway.
Yeah, no, I just stop looking at my face and go back to here where I'm looking at my face. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tablethon 2022. I am so excited to be here, to be a part of this again for this year. It's really incredible that we're doing this again, and that we're all here to raise money for Sense again, and to show off some incredible role-playing talent throughout the event. This time for 48 hours. We are going to be going from 4 p.m. Friday, British Standard Time, to 4 p.m. on Sunday. And yeah, I am so incredibly excited to be doing this. And soon enough, we will get started with the first game. But first things first, I just want to handle a couple of bits of admin, a couple of bits of just letting people know what will be going on, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, first of course, we are running for 48 hours. There are a lot of different games that are going to be running throughout that time. You can find all of the descriptions of those games with little stingers down below in the description. Also on our social media account on Tablethon 2022 on Twitter, we've posted descriptions of them, so you'll be able to see what we're playing and when we are playing it. There are some really incredible stuff. There's some really incredible stuff here. So I really hope you stick around. Maybe pick out your games that you want to play, you want to watch. I mean, and that will be great. So that's the first thing. Second thing is why we are doing this. So we are doing this to raise money for a charity called Sense. I've worked with Sense before. They're very lovely. Sense is a charity that helps people with complex disabilities. And complex disabilities is sort of usually a combination of different disabilities that can compound together. Deaf blindness is quite a common example of that. And Sense gives these people a chance to meet other people in sort of safe spaces, a chance to cater towards their needs and provide them with the care that they need. It's really incredible stuff. We're going to be talking more about Sense as things go on. But as you can see, we've already raised quite a bit of money. We've currently got almost £500, which is fantastic. We've started with an initial goal of 1,500. We'll see how far that can go. But for the time being, that's why we're doing this. And I'm again very excited to be doing this again. Okay, is there anything else that I can think of that we haven't covered yet? Well, I mean, how to donate is a good point actually. If you scroll down on the on the thing, you can see a donate with Just Giving. We have a Just Giving page. If you click that link and follow it, that will take you to the Just Giving page. So that will enable you to donate, and we would really love that. Share the stream around with your friends. Make sure we get more people watching. Would also be fantastic. So, again, sorry, just trying to think if I've covered everything. I believe I have. If something comes up, type in chat, ask around, get some. We can respond. We've got people in chat who know the event who will be able to respond to it. And I will be introducing my players soon enough. So we're gonna, I think, move on to the first game. And that's hopefully going to come with a bit of a transition in scenery. So let's try this. If everyone could just bear with us, because we're going to be checking how everything looks all around. Currently, we're on the kind of default setting. So, Sammy, if you want to try... Oh, we have already done it! Oh, wow! Oh, that looks so good. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. And that was super simple as well. We just got that first try. Yeah. Sammy, did everything go well? Sorry. Just... Okay. All right. You set up the transitions first. That's cool. I did not know that. But yeah. All right. Excuse me while I hydrate myself. And now we will begin with the first game of the day, which is one run by yours truly. And as the theme might suggest, we're going to be playing a little game of my own creation. As we get a music bot in here. So everyone say hello to Fredboat. They're a little nervous. Be nice to them. I will be introducing my players in a minute. But first, I need to introduce the system. This is a proprietary system that I've created with very few rules called Idiot Pirate Husbands. We are going to be... the crew here are going to be playing some adorable pirates who are all very much in love with each other. And also the sea, you know, as it goes. And we're going to watch their bumbling adventures around the Caribbean. So, to start things off, we begin in a small port, typically frequented by pirates, somewhere in the Caribbean. It's off a small island off the coast of whatever, and sort of tucked away where the British Navy won't find you. The tavern itself in this port that we start in is ramshackle, run down, but that's just the way the pirates like it. And it's clear that there's a roaring trade coming through here as ships sail in and out of port. And around the table in this tavern, as drinks are being poured, there's a bit of a good old fist fight happening. Someone's being scammed out of their lunch. Around a big table sits our crew. And we're going to go in turn. And I'm going to introduce the player, and then they're going to introduce who they are playing. So I believe we should probably start with the captain. So Sammy, everyone, this is Sammy. They are currently below me. I think that shows up on stream.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm playing Francois Troyonnet. Any resemblance to the pirate of a similar name is purely coincidental. But they are the captain of this ragtag crew. And, well, they've been a pirate for quite a few years now, but they've recently sort of fallen upon hard times. So, in order to improve the morale of the crew, they decided to marry everyone together and also to insure themselves against possible mutinies. But they are generally a bit of an annoying presence on the ship, but they're reasonably well liked as well among all of their husbands. So, yeah.
All right. Yeah, what's Francois doing right now? What's he up to?
Well, he'll be counting up the plunder from his most recent exploits. He's always trying to stay on top of how he's doing and swindy a bit off into his own coffers. So, yeah.
Yeah, big old pile of money on the table, and you're counting it up. All right, so I've been made aware of the fact that my camera is flipped. So let's find out which way this point goes. If I point this way, does that get Misha or not?
I think it does.
It does. Okay, good. I'm mastering the flipped camera. Misha, if you would, please introduce your character.
I'm playing Oliver Heath, better known as Ollie Redeye, just a charming soft boy of a man. Not quite a bumbling fool, but so easily smitten that at the first opportunity he will lose all of his brain cells to dote on his husbands. He joined the crew because he realized that these lovable idiots didn't have a qualified navigator, and just couldn't bear the thought of them braving the waves alone with no one to guide them. And thus the marriage was set in stone. His collection of items he took on the boat consisted of like a very small set of trinkets and just a wide variety of very fashionable outfits.
Oh, fantastic! Also, Sammy has changed his profile pic. Excellent job. That is in fact what Francois looks like. All right, so we're moving around. Jaden, this is Jaden. Yep,
that's the correct way to point.
I'm getting better at this pointing thing.
Exactly. It's left or right. It's hard. Hi, I'm Jaden. I'm going to be playing Marland Parrish, who is the kind of the cook / quartermaster of the ship. Basically, general all-around organizer. He's very good at being a husband, not quite so great at being a pirate, but likes the kind of the long tropical getaways we get to experience, and of course enjoys the presence of his husband.
Very nice, very nice. All right, moving around, Katie. Also, sorry, my apologies. I actually didn't do this for Misha's character either, so we'll start with that. Oliver, what is Oliver doing in this tavern at this time?
Ollie is currently sitting at the table, looking over at people trying to like steal each other's lunch money and just shaking his head very, very disapprovingly as he runs a finger round his tankard and just turns back to his adoring husband's much better state of mind and sips.
Nice. And Marland, what's Marland up to?
Well, probably doing inventory. They love a bit of counting. They love a little bit of accounting, and so probably just divvying up certain things, making sure everything's well stored, and doing general paperwork.
Yeah, and you will have a hell of a problem to be working on, which we'll get to in a minute, because not everything is right with the crew, but we'll get there.
Fantastic.
So, Katie, who are you playing?
I'm playing Milton, the easily confused moral. He used to be a regular sailor. He wasn't a pirate to start with, but then one day he got on the wrong ship, and then he turned out to be a pirate, and he turned out to be a pretty decent one, except for the part where he just couldn't get which ship he belonged to. Right, he just kept getting on the wrong ship until one day he got on the wrong ship again, but this turned out to be the right ship because it had loving husbands on it. And since then, the power of love has meant that he's never gotten onto the wrong ship again.
Excellent. What's your role on the ship? What do you do?
Oh, he's a rigging monkey. He makes sure that ship go.
All the sails go well. Nice. And what is Milton doing in this fine pub?
Oh, he's gotten a drink and he's trying to find his way back to his table. Dear God, is he trying? But he does find his way back and he just sits down.
They've
And
got
he's
a
like-
map from Ollie.
Yeah.
Well, Ollie
No, dear, it's over here. It's over here.
Before you got up to get drinks, Ollie handed you a map of the tavern
Yeah.
with like little diagrams and stuff drawn on it to try and move along.
Yep. Yeah.
I will totally get to the last member of our group, but we have just hit £500.
You!
We're a third of the way there already.
Yay.
Easy.
Incredible! Thank you very much. That was
Under that booty.
oh,
That's what the session is going to be about. Us just stealing
Yeah.
the Tablethon money.
no, but it's
Really
going to
hope
such a
it's
good.
not.
It's going to such a good cause, though.
Yes, and of course, as pirates, we love a good cause.
Yeah. Exactly.
No true pirate would ever steal. That's known pirate law.
More like a set of guidelines.
Yeah. All right, and finally, Marion. Who are you playing?
I am playing Philip Phillips, also known under the expert alias of Philip. Phillips was a before becoming a pirate was a noble, and with a noble's education means that he sometimes is less of an idiot than the rest of his crew members. However, that also means that he's a very fair pirate, but he's still learning to love, and he's still getting into the whole husbandry aspect of it. But he'll get there eventually. He'll learn, and he is absolutely not a noblewoman who really enjoys fencing, who got bored of staying at home. Absolutely not. Nope. Nope. No disguises here.
No, absolutely not.
He doesn't
Not
know what
needed
12th night
piracy.
is.
No. What's he doing in the tavern? What's he up to?
I think he kind of like pushes his hair out of his eyes as he continues sharpening his sword just in the middle of a tavern. Occasionally there's a tequila shot and then he's like, and back to my sword.
And it's like, I think you're definitely not the only person with weapons drawn in this tavern, but yours is definitely the only one that's being polished.
Yes.
Right now. Someone's using it to clean their teeth, like an actual cutlass is just like wedged in between their teeth.
Yeah.
Someone's like whittling their peg leg with it, that kind of thing. So yes, this is our motley crew. And before we get into the adventure proper, I do actually have to explain how this system works. Again, this is a system of my own design, so I'm not going to lie. In my head it works. We're going to find out together how it actually works. So the way that it works is every character has 3 stats. Those stats are Idiot, Pirate, and Husband. A character will roll either Pirate or Husband to accomplish a task. Generally speaking, you roll Pirate for doing things that are piratical, like sword fighting someone, like swinging from the rigging, like threatening someone, or speaking with an accent. Arr. And you roll Husband whenever you're doing something that's more sort of caring. So, we have a cook and a navigator. No, they are over here. We have a cook and a I was doing so well. We have a cook and a navigator, and they'll be rolling Husband to do their sort of tasks. You use Husband when you're trying to be empathetic and kind towards people, when you're trying to convince people sort of pleasantly. When a character rolls for Pirate or Husband, they will take a number of d6 and roll them equal to their score, and then try and get a 6. If you get a 6, you succeed. However, every character is also a bit of an idiot. The amount of idiot they are depends entirely on how they build their characters. At the start, everybody has 1 die on every pool that is an idiot die. And as the characters accumulate more stress, you will add more and more idiot dice to the pool. When you roll a dice, if your idiot die is equal to or lower than your idiot's score, then your character in some way screws up in probably a extremely humorous and or bumbling kind of way. We're all here to have a bit of fun, so let's make sure this is all a bit on the silly side, shall we say. There's a couple of other things to remember. The first being that doing a thing that relates to your roll on the crew gets you +2 dice. And finally, each and every single member of the party has one, and exactly one, LP, or love point. You can spend your love point when someone who's like near enough to your character that you can actually help them. When another character critically fails, you can spend your love point to swoop in and save them in a very sort of dashing, heroic, and loving way. And please explain how you're doing this. And it's got to be something you can actually physically do and go and help that person with. So, are we all good with that so far?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo ho ho.
Aye, aye,
Great.
Captain.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I mean,
Indeed.
aye, God.
AI Poseidon, the great ocean waves.
You're right, it's me. Poseidon. So,
Fancy becoming another husband.
as everybody is sitting in this tavern, anyone have a good tavern name? Have a good pirate tavern name?
The default in everything I write is always the Lonely Horde.
Oh, the Adventurous Onion.
The Adventurous Onion. Good stuff.
Pretty good.
The sign outside is an onion with like an eye patch. Yeah, an eye patch has got like a cutlass. Someone later on has taken like a crayon and drawn like angry eyes on it, even though it's only got one eye because of the eye patch.
Onion is who all pirates aspire to be.
Exactly. Everyone's inspired. It's said that many years ago an onion founded this very tavern. Yeah, and inside the Adventurous Onion, the mood amongst the crew is a little somber because you see, for a pirate crew, you're not doing too well because you have no ship. And through a more recent adventure, someone's screw up has gotten your ship lost. Who do we think this is? Who do people think is going to be the one responsible for the fact that you currently don't have a ship?
I mean,
Point to the navigator.
if we got lost, then, kind of has to be the navigator. Or do you mean lost in a general sense?
Well, I mean, it could be. We could decide it was sunk. We could decide it was like actually you just lost. You could have just left it another port.
Well,
You just left
I mean,
it port,
I might have gambled it
you didn't
away.
Put the parking brake on.
Yeah, let's blame the captain. We didn't put the anchor down.
The anchor just...
Yeah.
The
Yes,
captain
It
insists
could've-
it was all of us for not reminding him.
Look. It could have been a group effort, except for Marion's.
Philip has written a list of things to check when you park your boat. Now,
We just
is the
forgot
anchor
the
down?
list.
Have you got your keys? No, all of that.
We forgot to use the list.
Yeah, Sammy, you cool with that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So Francois, you're counting the loot that you managed to sort of grab from the ship, but it was basically you left it in the port and you forgot to put the anchor down, and the tide simply carried it away. It's
Okay.
probably somewhere out there on the oceans. Maybe someday it'll make someone very happy, but at the moment it is no
We hope
longer
so.
in your employ.
Though I think I left the stove on.
Yikes. Alright, well. I might try and blame someone else for stealing it then, if the blame is going to fall upon me otherwise.
Who are you
Yeah.
blaming?
Well, I'll just say, while you idiots were all sitting here yakking around, a group of bandits came and took off with our ship. Who didn't put the anchor down?
Are you sure they didn't just get the wrong ship? I've done that before.
What do you mean?
Like, they might have just gotten mixed up and taken the wrong ship. We could see which one's theirs and just do an unintentional trade.
Well, you're welcome to have a look round, but I don't think they had a ship, so I think we've just yossed it.
Oof.
That's a shame.
What are we going to do now? Anyone know a ship merchant? So, go on.
Did you look at the to-do list I made you?
No, I don't pay attention to stupid lists made by inferiors.
Jesus. I thought we were married here, sweetheart.
We're not going to have this turn into a big fight. It's a very stressful situation, but at the end of the day, we're all here for each other. Now, if bandits took the ship, then that means we might have put the anchor down and they just lifted it back up. That's what bandits do. And if not, then it's probably just floated away. They're very strong. We've all looked at a bandit and thought, that could be a husband. And that's fine. So, how about, if that happened, it's out of our hands. If it didn't, one moment, and sort of pulls out this drawing. It's probably followed the ocean current to about here, which, given the expenses we'd have to do to get it, is, well,
you're currently pointing to a point on the map.
Value.
You're currently pointing to a point on the map that's called something like the Cove of No Return. It's got like a bunch of like storm clouds and like writhing tentacles and rock and jagged rocks and things.
There's something. Don't ask me what, but I have a suspicion that you don't come back from the Cove of No Return. I'm not sure what's giving me that idea.
Most people tend not to. So it depends what we value more: a rundown ship full of sentimental value that we all take with us in our hearts anyway, or our lives, money, and marriage. And I, for one, I value the second set. And I think we have to accept that our beloved ship is gone.
Wait, Philip. You said that we take the list. I know we've got a list for getting the ship parked and getting the ship moving, and what to do when we're on the ship, and what to do if the ship suddenly turns into a not ship. Do we have a list?
Every time you say it, Philip is like getting another sheet of paper out with the list written on them.
Do we have an active list for what to do if our ship is taken by bandits?
Let me look through my Rolodex.
It's bound by rope. I was gonna tell that joke later. I can't believe you stole it from me. No, it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna keep doing this. Every pirate uses Rolodexes now. But they're like, obviously we got no plastic, so it's just like no metal rig binder, so it's just bound by like bamboo. There's like bamboo rings.
Yeah.
And you like have to cut the holes in the paper yourself, and then like thread each one through. A big process, but it's so well organized.
It's so rewarding.
So you flip through your binder as you're like sort of flipping through everything, and then you find that you come across a page that says what to do if you have no ship. Step 1, get a new ship, and then the rest of the page is blank.
Well, the list is very self-explanatory, so I think we know what our next step is.
Alright, does anyone know a ship merchant in town?
But no, we need to say what's on the list.
Oh, step 1, get a new ship.
Do we have a list for what to do to get a new ship?
I believe that is the list, is it not? It seems rather clear.
Yes, well, the thing is I think at this point, the list, what it wants us to do is it's posing us a question of what we do next, of the inherent romance of the sea. And I think what it's saying is we either steal a ship from someone else who deserves it, or we buy a ship with money. But then that means we wouldn't have the money. The ship merchant wouldn't have the money. But then we would have a ship, so...
But if we steal a ship, and then we spend some of the money on making it truly our own, that's got the romance of a great adventure, and also the romance of it being our own private space on the sea.
And we'd have more control over the throw pillows.
I mean, I wouldn't want a ship in which we didn't have control over the throw pillows. That's important.
Exactly.
And it's about this moment when a large sort of party of pirates walks in through the doors. You know, push the doors open and swing them shut. Yeah, they've got someone playing like an accordion in the back, and a few people are like dancing along to it. And yeah, as they all kind of move in, everyone's like sort of takes stock, and leading them is a man with a very magnificent tricorn hat and a long pirate's coat with turned up at the sleeves. The more eagle-eyed of you might realize it's probably a bit too long for actual piracy. You think he'd trip up on it, but it looks fantastic. He's got a very elegantly waxed moustache that's curled up just a little bit, not too overstated. Just
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh no.
God is dead. Quick. Everyone run wild.
grab a ship. No one can stop us now.
Okay, I'll just find out if Zach is alright.
Just someone needs to start playing elevator music or something.
Isn't the pirate music the elevator music?
Oh, it looks like they've both gone down.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well-
what? Have I gone?
No,
No,
you're
as
right.
in-
Play the accordion.
No.
I do not own an accordion.
That would be a major hindrance.
It would.
I wish I had an accordion.
To own an accordion.
Well, we could put on some we could try and sing some sea shanties to fill the time.
And all the delay, and we all come in at different points in some sort of demented round of the Wellerman or something.
See Ray, the Wellerman come to bring us. I don't know the lyrics.
Sugar and tea and rum.
Yeah.
Go on, someone in chat, pick a sea shanty.
Yeah, go on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, people are watching.
Yes, people are watching us. Scary.
Oh, go on real quick.
I'll go.
Oh dear.
We
Thank
can't
you.
do all of them. What shall I
what should
do
we
with a
do?
drunken sailor? What shall I do with a drunken sailor? What shall I do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning.
Way,
Can't
hey,
believe
and
this
up
crash
she
was so
rises.
fancy that it broke
Way,
everything.
hey, and up she rises. Way,
Is
hey,
who
and up she
love she
rises.
rises early in the morning.
Very nice. Shave
High
his
five.
belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Early in the morning.
Ooh, and up she rises, ooh, and up she rises, ooh, and up she rises early in the morning.
I don't know
Put him in the
if
brig until you're sober. Put him in the
what
brig
stat?
until you're sober. Put him in
What
the brig
stat is
until you're
singing sea
sober.
shanties?
See, I would
Early
say
in the morning.
Pirate.
singing sea shanties is pirate. Dancing is husband. I would say
Oh
because
yeah.
obviously, you know, like dad dancing and all that jazz.
Oh
so
yeah. Yeah.
It's quite clearly
That's perfect.
they have to be idiot. How dare you? How dare you? I take that as an insult to our singing. Whoever said it was idiot.
You don't
If
roll
that's
it
who I
yet.
think it is, I'm very offended.
Twitch chat getting rowdy today.
Didn't expect to get roasted like this.
Rude.
Ah, fantastic. Well, it can't be a stream without some technical difficulties. It can't be
No.
a D&D session without, well, not D&D, RPG session without technical difficulties. Mesh the two together, you've got a recipe for chaos. So, fantastic.
So is it just an outage at
Yeah, I imagine it's
Yeah.
an internet
Presumably.
outage over there. Humble residents. The Kraken has summoned a storm.
Yeah. The
And-
Kraken's just consumed LARP House.
Love house.
Okay.
I wanna watch Pirates of the
Apparently
Caribbean
it should be
now.
coming up now.
I've never seen that.
Pirates of the Caribbean is
The first one's
The
quite
first-
good, and then
Yeah.
it slowly gets worse until it's not good anymore.
However, one of my toxic traits is that I like all of them bar the fifth one.
Ooh, that's pretty toxic.
I've only actually watched the first three, but I was told the last two are so poor, I should never watch them.
To be fair, the first
Wow.
three, are it goes the first one, which is pretty high up. Second one, which is I think, in my opinion, a little bit lower, but still pretty high up. Third one's a reasonably big step down, and then fourth and fifth are on the bottom of the sea floor.
I just
For
find
me.
it funny that they're based off of the theme park ride.
Yes, yeah, but a lot of those sorts of movies are, isn't it?
Are they?
Or either, either based off or promoting one. So what was it? There was recently Jungle Cruise.
Oh.
Yeah, there are more than 3. I think there's 6. A 6th one coming out soonish.
We've also lost a Marion now.
Classic.
But
Now we've
they're
got an
killing all
empty
of us.
room.
As one
Zach.
leaves, another one joins.
Yeah, so the first one is Curse of the Black Pearl. Then it's the 2 with Davy Jones in it. Then there's
Yeah.
the one with the mermaids and going to get to the Fountain of Youth with Blackbeard. And then there's the 5th one's the Shark Dude.
Yeah.
That one was actually better than the 4th in my opinion, but still not really watching it.
The first, before my internet very rudely cut me off.
I know.
Frankly,
Didn't approve of your opinion.
no. Well, I mean,
Oh.
it shouldn't. It shouldn't. But I genuinely really enjoy the first 3. But the first one is way better than any film about a Disney ride has any right to be.
Definitely, yeah. It's a very good film. But one of my favorite parts in all of the 3 films is because Davy Jones can't step on land, for anyone listening who doesn't know the Pirates of the Caribbean movie lore, because he can't step on land. There's a part where they have parlay with him on land, so he's just standing in a saltwater bucket. And it's so dumb.
So they all look really menacing, and then it's just Bill Nye and presumably a load of prosthetics and also the dots when they're going to do CGI just stood in a bucket.
Yeah. Hi. Whoever just said hi. We're having some technical difficulties at the moment, so we're discussing about Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
Oof. Oh, we're losing Zach again.
Pirates of the Caribbean movie trivia. Let's have a look at this.
I mean, we can talk about other pirate stuff. We don't just have to talk about Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's true,
What?
but so.
I'd imagine there being other pirates married, apparently.
There's only Pirates of the Caribbean is the only film to exist.
The only film ever.
Yeah.
There are no films that are only Pirates of the Caribbean.
So there was a movie that was I used to watch a lot in my childhood called Blackbeard's Ghost. I
What?
can't remember. It's a really old. I think it's Disney movie, but it's live action, and it's basically this guy starts getting haunted by Blackbeard, and he ends up just helping him cheat in sports. He does a pole vault, and Blackbeard helps him. It's such a weird movie. I'll see if I can find it. When was it made? Because I watched it on VHS. Because DVD didn't come to parts of England until many years ago. Blackbeard's Ghost. 1968. There we are. I'm not quite that old, but
Not quite.
Is it even in colour?
Pardon?
Is it even in colour?
Yeah, it was in colour. Yeah.
That's just asked a good question.
Yeah.
Which of the characters in Pirates of the Caribbean are the most gay idiot husband?
Oh. So obviously there's Jack Sparrow with quite high pirates, but not very high husband because he's not very caring.
Hooray!
Heyo!
Heyo!
We're doing who in Pirates of the Caribbean would have different gay idiot husband. Why is it gay idiot husband, not pirate idiot?
We just admit we're gay now.
Yeah, no, can't. Yeah,
Can't believe the gay
Oh,
there's
pirates
that
are gay.
that's right. We kept them occupied.
Thank you. I'm so sorry, everyone. Yeah, our internet can potentially try and do that. Oh, sorry, I will just need a minute. It's very stressful.
That's
Very, what's the word?
Idiot pirate husband. Oh, is he gone again?
Oh
Oh
god.
no.
Oh,
Well, no, because Misha's
Oh,
still here.
Shouldn't be, I'm
Oh.
still here.
okay, yeah, that was a
you're
stutter.
back. You're back.
No, it's fine. That was just a stutter. But yeah, no, very faithfully, we my internet went down as we hit £1,000 last year, and then while everyone was celebrating, I was running up and down the stairs trying to get everything to work out.
Classic. It's a classic.
Yeah, so we just need a minute to return to sort of return back. So just show up again dressed as a pirate. I wish I had a pirate costume. It would have been great, but I don't.
I'm wearing my pirate sleeve top.
Yeah.
The closest I have is a bigger coat, which isn't very piratey, but it's kind of piratey. So for the occasion, why not?
Well, I accidentally spilt turmeric on my other pirate shirt that's white, so
Oh, no.
it's yellow now.
Oh.
We are discussing idiot pirates, though. Yarg.
Yeah, that just adds to the whole thing, right? I mean, wasn't that bit from like the second Pirates movie where Jack Sparrow like puts seasoning on himself,
Yes.
like just puts
yeah.
paprika in his armpits
Yeah.
for some reason?
That's very.
He salt
pirate.
lays it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. So, apologies for that, everybody. Yes. So, where did I get to? There was a large procession had just arrived in the Adventurous Onion.
Accordions.
Yeah, there's a couple of accordions and a bunch of people are dancing along to it. And at the head of this procession is a pirate who's dressed very finely in this long pirate coat, sort of turned up at the sleeves. A little too long for actual piracy. You think he might trip up on it. He's got a very magnificent, large tricorned hat. Moustache that's very like waxed and curled ever so slightly. A small goatee. He has a large, multicolored parrot on his shoulder with a very excellent plumage. As he strides into the tavern. The rest of it's a group, and he's like, settle down. Well, me hearties. You lot were just the pirates I was hoping to see. You see, if I hear things right, you're all down a ship and in need of some additional boatage.
One might say that. Yes.
Yeah.
Well-
What about the fact that we lost our boat that quickly? I mean, that's a bit embarrassing, isn't it?
Oh dear, let's not embarrass ourselves in front of the new, very fancy-looking pirate.
Well, I be the cure to all what ails ye. You see, where are my manners? The name's Marshall, Captain Marshall, if you will, and this here is Polly. What? Captain Marshall?
Captain.
As he like grabs a chair and sits down on it, sort of leaning it back ever so slightly. Barkeep, drinks for my whole lot. It's on the house. And the barman's like, "So you're gonna pay for them, or oh yes, I'll pay for them."
You're
Ruin me.
you're Marshall.
Ruin me all flow. What's that, laddie?
You're Marshall. I'm Philip.
This was destined, you see. Destined by fate and also our parents being incredibly lazy.
Yes. Yes, my parents definitely came up with my name. That's not something that I did. It's something my parents did.
Yes, that's usually how it works,
Yes.
laddie.
Do we have to have our drink on top of the house? Can we just stay in our seats?
I didn't think of that. That's a good point. Barkeep, make sure to bring the drinks inside the house.
I think he meant that he was going to pay for it, dear.
I did think that at first, but it's beginning to look like... I'm not sure what to say, even.
The barkeep rolls his eyes, like he has to put up with this a lot.
Yeah, but
He
him paying
gets
for
to put
the
up with this a lot.
doesn't stop it from being on the roof, and we don't have a map of the roof, so I could get lost up there.
From the outside, the roof seemed to be quite plain. I'm sure you'd be fine, dear.
You'd be surprised.
Actually, so is the sea. One moment. Start scribbling down a map of the roof.
So yeah, Marshall will sort of wait for you all to settle yourselves. Sorry, it just started snowing outside.
Yeah.
Like a blizzard.
You can see it this time.
Wild
It's still on a
times we live
blizzard.
in. Sorry, everyone. Right. Anyway, right. Well, ye be looking for a ship, aye? And I think I have a proposition for you.
How do you know we've not got a ship?
Well, yeah, you be talking about it just now. You see.
Right, fair enough.
Yes, let's let
Look,
the...
I've got a busy man. I've got more crews to visit, more ships to offer ye. I'm a businessman, you see. There's lots of opportunities out there on the high seas.
Alright, what do you have to offer us then?
Well, you see, now I'm offering you participation in a revolutionary business opportunity that will involve ye be getting a ship and sailing the high seas yourself. Now, what this is, Polly, go fetch it, and the bird will sort of squawk off and come back with like holding like a ring-bound like sheets of paper that's sort of like propped up and will sort of flap down onto the table as Marshall continues. Now, what I'd be calling this is multi-level marauders, or an MLM for short. You see, this opportunity is that you work for me as I give ye a ship, and then you sail the high seas, you collect the plunder, and then you take some of it for yourself, and you give some of it to me, and then eventually you'll have paid for the ship. And you see, you get to be your own captain in this scenario. You get to really put yourself out there and be that true pirate that you've always wanted to be.
But frankly, so, Captain.
Alright, how do you know we're not gonna just take your ship and run?
Well, you see, that's where the clause comes in. You see, you sign one of these them here fancy contracts, as he will contract. Now, this requires ye to present to me one boatload of treasure within the first... Where is this accent going? It's definitely not staying in the Caribbean.
Going across the seas.
On the high
Travel.
seas.
It's an international accent. Marlon will take the document, being our resident document reader.
Yeah. Present to me one boatload of treasure within the first week, and first week attaining the ship, and you see, this will ensure that you're able to bring in the booty. What? Bring in the booty! Bring in the booty!
Where do we
Yes, the
stand
question.
on us being allowed to do our own throw pillows?
Ooh.
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 Hey, what's the clauses on throw pillows? And there's like a bit of murmuring from among the other pirates.
Only about
and then-
5 feet distance, I believe we agreed on.
Well,
Any more than that, it's dangerous.
Well, I tell you what, there ain't no currently ain't no clauses about throw pillows, but I come up with one. You'll be the first to know. What? First to know.
So what sort of percent are you going to be taking off our plunder?
Well, you see, the first boatload of treasure goes straight to myself. But after that, well, it's just more of a question of how much plunder you can bring in. You see, if you'll give 20% of all of your plunder to me. But if you can spend your plunder on other ships, you can lend them out to other people, and then you get 20% of everything they make. And this goes on and on and on. That's why it's multi-level, you see.
Like a pyramid.
Exactly. Wait, what's a pyramid?
What's a pyramid?
What's a pyramid? What's a pyramid?
It's like a reverse water funnel.
Perfect. Right.
Yeah. I did have a quick question. So, so you said, and I quote, "The first boatload of treasure goes to me." But how are we standardizing a boatload of treasure? Because what happens if we find like some top tier plunder, but it's not? It's small but worth far more than if we got like a boat full of coconuts.
There we go. Sorry, that was a bit of a blip there. You want to just repeat that?
Yeah. How?
Oh dear.
Oh no!
How are we quantifying boatload of
Please
treasure?
repeat that.
Oh.
How are we quantifying a boatload of treasure? Because if we found, say, something very, very expensive, but it's quite small, would you still be interested in that versus a boatload of something that's ultimately quite worthless?
Listen to this one. Lads, this one don't know what a boatload of treasure is. And there's a big, laughter around from the other pirates. Well, you see, sir, a boatload of treasure is how much treasure you can fit in a boat. Standardization across the entire Caribbean.
But
perfect for trading, perfect for keeping.
But what happened? You know, I'm just gonna let it live. You know, I'll say that I'm the idiot here.
I'm sure it'll be fine, sweetheart. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. He's just a duelist. He's not so good with the numbers, you know.
So, question. When you say boatload, does it have to be the same boat you give us? Load.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because if we gave you a lifeboat
no one's ever asked
full
me
of
that
treasure,
question before.
still a boatload.
It seems
Sometimes
like
I
the
get
kind of
on the wrong
question you
boat.
should answer in a multi-level marauding system.
Yeah.
Right,
I do
yes,
go for the smart ones.
He sort of flips through the pages, desperately trying to find some relevant thing. His brow furrowing, a bead of sweat falls off of it. Aha! Right, yes, a boat must have a mast. You see, defined in the natural set of what a boatload is. Doesn't have a mast. It's not boatload. It's a lifeboat load, and we can negotiate lifeboat loads later.
Aye. So it just has to be any boat with a mast on it. It doesn't have to be specifically your boat with a mast on it.
Well, yeah, a boatload's a boatload. I don't see what difference it would make.
I prefer you didn't. What? Prefer you didn't.
Look, sometimes I just get on the wrong boat. And sometimes I convince people to follow me on the wrong boat. And we just live with that.
I
We've lost a lot of
assume if we
storytelling.
return our boat, along with a second boat, this fine gentleman here will also accept that other boat as the treasure.
Yes, well, if you get a second boat, then you can ask me for one of these contracts, give them someone else, and then you get profits of what they make.
Are we able to leave this contract?
This
Is there any get out clause of this contract?
Why would you want to get out of such a great business opportunity?
Well, exactly. You see, the contract is binding to the contract. If as long as we've got the contract, you be bound to it.
Yeah, but how are we bound to it? So I'm not saying we're going to break it. I don't think we're going
Through
to
the
break it.
wonders of paperwork, Milad.
Laws of the sea.
this
Nothing says pirate more like paperwork.
aye.
Pirates
We're
always
gonna
follow
start.
contracts.
This with the same letter.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm sold. I think this is
They even
fine.
start with the same two letters.
Can I have the contract, please?
I'm just checking it over.
No,
they
it
read
doesn't.
moment. And then
Sure. As you're checking over this contract, could you roll me husband, please?
Sure can. Does this come
Let's
under
roll.
my roles of quartermaster?
I'm gonna be a bit of a stickler and say no,
No,
mostly
that's fine.
because
That's fine. That means I only get to roll 7 dice.
yeah,
Only.
you are
I'm the most
entirely
husbandy
optimized for
husband.
husband.
Woohoo!
Only husband
Do
now
I
and
get an
forever.
idiot dice out of these? I'll
Uh,
take.
yes. So one of those. So everyone starts with one idiot dice.
Sure. I'll pick this one as my idiot dice.
My idiot dice is small because stupidity
so,
is not going to pose a lot of resistance.
I didn't get a single success.
Okay.
But my idiot dice, it needs to roll less, right, to be a critical fail.
Equal or less.
Yeah, so that's a critical fail as well.
Ah, yes. So, how do you think, as you're sort of reading this over, there's a very loud, like, lot of loud music going on as the tavern is filled up. How do you think Marland cocks up here?
Sure. So this is quite obviously a bad deal to us, right? Like in IRL, like out of character.
There's nothing wrong with multi-level marauders.
Yeah, exactly. So Marland is kind of looking over it, and then gets kind of lost in the romance and the idea of it all, and starts to kind of skim read more and more. This reminds them more and more of one of the best deals they ever made, which was a timeshare in the Bermuda Triangle. And they love it so much, and so they hand it to the captain with their full recommendations.
Okay, well, I don't want to be signing any contract, so I will try and engage in a cunning act of piracy, and you sign it with the false name of Jose Gonzalez.
Okay. So, are you doing anything in particular to try and, like, are you just writing the name in, or are you trying to hide the fact that you signed it under a false name?
I will be very flamboyant in how much I love this contract, and in order to try and distract from my cunning subversion. So
Okay.
Well, do I need to roll for this?
Yeah, so with a fanciful distraction, I would say that you should be rolling husband here.
Husband or pirate?
Husband. It's not particularly aggressive.
Okay, so it's is it 60s? Wait, no.
So you take your husband score.
Yeah.
Roll that many d6.
Do I also roll an extra 2 for the idiot score?
No. So you roll. So your husband score is 2. So you're rolling 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
One of those is going to be an idiot die.
Okay. Well, I get a 2 and a 1, so I think that's a critical failure.
Well, what was the idiot die? I mean, it depends on what your idiot score is, I guess. But
2.
we're off to a great start in terms of crit fails here, everyone.
Yay!
You have an idiot score of 2. So yeah, no, you once again. Okay, so once again, as you're attempting to sign this under a false name, I have a suggestion, unless you have anything in particular in mind for how you critically fail this.
Sure. What's your suggestion?
Which is that, so you go, you're like, oh, I've got this, I'm going to be so smart, I'm going to sign under a false name, and as you go to sign it, you're so swept up in your own, like, pirate heroics, you're getting your ship back, you're getting a ship, this is going to be great, and by the time you come to, you've signed your own name. You, like, go to start signing it, and it's so flowery, and yes, and Francois, wait, hang on a minute, oh no, and it's just your actual name there.
Big whoops.
Okay, is there any... Well, can I try and convince the... Sorry, who was the name of the contractor again?
Marshall, Captain Marshall.
Okay. Well, to save any further embarrassment, I think I'll hand the contract back to the quartermaster and say, oh, can you just sort of check that everything's all good?
Yes, this appears to be signed correctly.
Okay, thanks. Are you sure about that? 100%? Sure you don't need me to do it again?
No, that's
Nudge,
your
nudge.
name right there. I do recognise it from our marriage certificate.
Okay, well, at this point, I'll just
Even
concede and
signed
hand.
with the hearts on the eyes.
True love.
Oh dear. Well, I'll just hand it back then.
What one for day, but anyway.
Right. Well, this all looks above board. Let me just stash that away now. As he flips the back of the binder and puts it there. You notice there's a lot of contracts in this back of this binder that he then sort of folds up and hands off. Polly, go stash that somewhere safe. Right? Somewhere safe. Somewhere safe. And just
As
flies
Polly
off.
flies off.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sort of lean in and give my most charming smile. But pirate to pirate, since we're working together after all, and our crew, we love each other, and we love to share things with each other. It's the best way to be a pirate. I'm sure you agree. A great pirate such as yourself. Where do you store such delicate information? You wouldn't want any brigands, especially landlubbers, coming in and taking your contracts.
When you start flattering him, he starts playing with his mustache. Well, you do be right. I am rather great. Well, you see, for something as important as business documents, we keep it extremely safe and secure. Don't you worry, that contract is not going anywhere.
Don't you give it to your parrot? So it's definitely going somewhere.
Well, I mean, yes. Once it's arrived in its location, it ain't going anywhere.
But how do we know this location is safe? I want to keep my beautiful crew as safe as possible. That's why I'm with them. I'm sure we all want that. I wouldn't want anything to go awry. Just in case we see any bandits going in that direction, we can rattle our swords.
Well, you see. Now, I shouldn't be giving away too many trade secrets, But let's just say that if someone were to try and get to those contracts, then they wouldn't be coming back. Do you hear?
You're saying they're hidden in the Cave of No Return? The Bay of No
What?
Return?
No, I didn't say that. Did I say that? It's like, no, Captain, you didn't say that. You didn't say that at all. Exactly.
I'm sure it's just the mysterious cave from which no one ever comes back, rather than the Cove of No Return.
Yes. And then someone pops up and says, no, sorry, sir, the mysterious cave from which no one ever comes back is down south. It's like 2 days sailing from here. What? Shut it, boy! These maps are complicated.
I look at my map and I circle the Cove of No Return.
Alright, well,
you
we've
said the wrong place. You clearly said there. And then Milton just put it to a completely unrelated part of the map that is not related to either of those places.
Milton, you're pointing in America. Huh?
that would be the new world, dear.
Right, well, we've signed your contract. When do we get our ship?
Right now. He stands up and is like, "But we finished our drinks. We haven't finished our drinks yet. In 20 minutes." And he sits back down and starts drinking.
Drink.
A great new business deal. As I raise my glass.
Yeah!
Business.
Yar!
To schemes of pyramids.
Upside down
Pyramids.
Water
It
funnels.
likes more than a good scheme.
Something about this doesn't quite sit right, but I can't put my finger on it.
Well, if
So
trying to sit
sad.
on your hand, that's going to be uncomfortable. Just don't sit on your hand.
Sometimes I think, my love, you are the wisest of us all. And look towards Milton, just hand on heart.
Oh, my beloved.
All right. So, unless anyone wants to do anything in particular in the tavern, you will all be sort of led up and led towards the port. So, your new ship is a lean, thin little number designed to be sailing up on fat merchant ships and bombarding them. It's got an excellent suite of cannons. Although I realise nobody here is taking is the sharpshooter, so I feel like you're all just kind of
Find our best.
fuddle it. Yeah, you're trying your best.
Shoot all of them at once, see what happens.
Yeah, the rigging is simple enough that it doesn't take too much work to make it work, but it's excellent. It's got a Jolly Roger flapping in the breeze on the top of the mast. The only problem area, at least you can see, is its name. Does anyone have what's your favourite obscure financial term? Does anyone have a particular financial term that this boat is named after?
The SS embezzlement or something.
The ship Enterprise.
Enterprise.
I'm trying to think of something. I'm trying to think of like an NFT reference or something.
Bitcoin. I actually remembered Bitcoin.
Why would you be having the coins in bits? I want all the coin, all at once.
What about cryptid currents? Because then it's like cryptocurrency, but currents because
like
of
that.
Yeah.
Bravo, Marion, bravo.
The cryptid currents.
They stole my apes, Odo.
And as the Marshal sort of steps up next to you, Francois, he sort of puts a hand on your shoulder. And you'll be staying in the embezzlement suite. That's what we call the captain's quarters.
All right. Nice. Are we just free to go then, or do we have to take on board anyone to enforce our contract?
No. All you gotta do is bring us back here a boatload of treasure from a week today, and the ship will all be yours. And we can sort out any other treasure handovers once you pass that first step.
All right. Well, if everyone's happy, shall we board and set sail?
Aye.
What is a Bitcoin but a piece of 8?
Walk towards a completely different ship.
the other way.
Alright, well. Anyone got a good plan of where to go? I think Maracaibo is good for you two this time of year.
I assume we walked away from the bar, but
yeah. So you're now at the port. You've got your ship ready to board. Everyone can hop aboard.
Do you have any maps of the Merchant Straits, Ollie?
Of course I do. I have several. Do you care more about spices? Ships traveling back home? Linens? Linens are very popular. Or of course...
Good for throw pillows.
Good for throw pillows. Or of course, we could plunder from other pirates. You see, their movements are quite to be expected, and so long as we're not working alongside them, because... Well, we can all agree this contract is the best business deal we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
However...
It's the only business deal you've ever had.
It's the only business deal we've ever had.
You steal from people.
However, what's a better business deal? Getting 80% of the profit. Is it 80? No, it's 100%. 120 minus 20, of course. Or getting all 120% of the profits.
That's 100%.
I say we pirate our own boss.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. Yes. Yeah, how is he going to enforce that contract? Yes, just say and not come back.
Well, he can enforce it if he has it, but our old ship, full of our booty, and these pirate contracts seem to be in the same place. If we plunder them, then we can hold him to the contract and get 140% of the profits.
And then we can go further down the scheme of the upside down funnel, and we can get other people into our MLM, and then we could rob them.
Well,
Wait.
I think we're beginning to sound too much like privateers. I don't want to be a legitimate businessman. I want to be a pirate.
Yes, a private international requisitions and taxations enterprising.
How did you have that ready to go?
I wrote it earlier. But this does sound like a good plan. If we control he who controls the contracts controls
the seas.
The seas.
Zach, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are we in an MLM because we're all MLM?
It's a real chicken and egg situation, really. I had the idea of doing a pirate MLM, and then it was just kind of serendipitous that it just kind of showed up. But I was probably only thinking about MLMs because of the name of the thing. The actual inspiration I will share later on if we underrun my plans just to talk a bit more about the design of this game. But I will not talk about it now because it is kind of spoilers. All right. So your plan then is to head straight to the Cove of No Return rather than going plundering.
Well, we are going plundering in a way, but
we could plunder some ships on the way. If we turn west for maybe half a day's travel, we'll get right in line with some of the British merchant ships. We can plunder them for all they've got to try out this new boat, and then head right into our own demise.
I do hate the British.
Don't we all?
Yes, as every good pirate knows, the thing to go plundering from. When one wants to go plundering, you always plunder from the British.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, they plundered first.
Yeah, because they deserve it.
It's very true. And most of them are stuck up talking about the weather anyway, so they don't even notice they're being raided.
Exactly.
I don't understand why. It's always sunny.
It's weird. Unless everything gets very sad all of a sudden, then it starts to rain. It's there's only ever two weathers in the Caribbean.
We'll never divorce, so it will never be sad. So it's okay.
Exactly.
Right, Francois, darling, I need you to make a decision.
Yeah.
Before I start taking stock, what's our destination?
Well, I'm not completely sold on this plan of going to the Bay of No Returns, because it sounds a bit dangerous, but why don't we take a bit of a roundabout way and try and plunder some ships on the way, and then I think everyone's happy.
I think we'll be okay going to the Bay of No Returns, because I have this Rolodex of all the receipts of everything we've ever bought. So we don't need to get returns from them. We can get returns from other shops.
Very impressive, considering you had to teach most of the shopkeepers what a receipt was.
Yes, and you know what I'm going to teach? I'm going to teach them what a coupon is next. Don't worry.
Unfortunately, you've been beaten to it. Pirate coupons are already explored in the Southern Caribbean.
No.
You'll just have to explore them in the Western Caribbean. It's fine.
I don't see why you need to be sold into this. We're not buying stuff. We're stealing it.
Yeah, I thought that was quite clear.
I make receipts for things we steal as well, just in case what we steal is bad and we want to give it back. It's a fair exchange. If I steal a bad telescope, here's your telescope back. Hand over the better one, please.
It's just the thing of when someone robs you and then puts the things back in your house because they didn't like them.
Yeah. It's not my fault that other people's possessions are bad and not worth stealing. They should own nicer things.
Exactly.
I agree completely.
All right, so you climb aboard your ship.
Oh, hold on. Does this ship come with food pre-loaded on it?
Well, I'm sure your quartermaster has kept the whole thing provisioned
Right.
and stocked up. What's everyone's favorite? Real quick fire. What's everyone's favorite food? Francois.
Well, I just get so drunk, I'll just eat anything.
Is an acceptable answer for favorite food? Yes. Oliver. Wait, I pointed the wrong way.
You did point the wrong way.
Oh.
Ollie likes a good steamed fish on a bed of shredded coconut.
Nice. Milton.
That's
Bread.
That's
amazing. Philip.
Long Island iced teas.
From the Long Island.
Yeah, it's just the longest island in the peninsula.
Lots of coconuts on there.
Yeah.
They just do great
It's not
tea.
even alcoholic, it's just regular tea with ice cubes in.
And milk.
Marland.
Marland, even. I keep trying to pronounce it.
Marland's favourite food changes from day to day depending on what his husband wants to eat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so you've stocked up lots of
Long Island iced
coconuts,
teas then.
I think, on this ship, because that covers a lot of people's things. But yeah, you've stocked the pantry with every possible meal.
Some are
that people
fermenting,
might be
some are...
wanting. Yeah. Alright, yes. You set sail.
Well, what port are we currently in?
You are in... I mean, does someone want to name this port? It's the one where all the pirates are. Port Unroyal.
Locked in now, you've said it.
Yeah, sure.
It's Old Bay.
Yes, the Old Bay.
Alright,
Well,
well,
at least one pirate from Baltimore.
Yeah, you sail out of the Old Bay and start heading for the plundering straits. You think after the pirates named it that, the British would stop using them, but no, apparently not.
alright, well, I think first of all we should take down the pirate flag. We don't want to display that until we're actually engaging an enemy, do we?
That's my job.
Alright, well, get to it.
Is there a particular other flag you want to fly instead?
Yeah, we'll
The Spanish
put,
flag.
we'll put a British flag up if this is a British route.
Yeah.
And then we'll exchange it for a pirate one when it comes to plundering.
Oh.
Okay. And yeah, you sail for a little over a day. It's so nice to be out on the water again. Nothing but rolling waves, a pleasant sun, and excellent company as your ship traverses the seas. Yeah, and so yeah, the trip takes a little over a day, and then on the second day, you arrive in the straits, and it's not too long before up in the crow's nest, Milton, you spy a merchant ship.
I believe I called it straight for a guy. Hey guys, there's a merchant ship.
What bearing?
One of
What's the wind direction, Milton?
it's
So-
actually blowing. It's blowing.
It sure is blowing.
Thank you, darling.
So, what I'm going to have you do, Misha, is I'm going to have Oliver roll husband, and basically, if you get this, you're going to get to pick a sort of feature in the sea that you wait to ambush them in. So you'll get to pick the conditions.
Does this counts as navigation, right?
This does count as navigation, so you will get your bonus.
I love the clicky clap sound. Cool, that's 2 6s.
Okay.
2 6s.
Yeah, so you do in fact succeed. All right. So, under what conditions would you like to engage this ship?
So we're a small little pirate vessel, and
Yeah.
Ollie doesn't know much about plundering, but he does know about how boats move. That's his one thing that he knows, and he knows that the British ship are going to have to go through quite a narrow strait between some islands in a minute. He knows that we in our small little ship we can maneuver about and they can't. So he wants to try and catch them right at the end of that strait, like coming out from the side, so that we can shoot them with our broadside cannons and they can't do anything because they would only have the front.
Yeah. So you're looking at sort of two islands, which are convenient enough are coming up as you've got your map and you check it out, and you do in fact find that spot. Anyone want to name these islands?
Island and Venient Island.
Sorry?
Convent Island and Enient Island. They're Convent.
Yes, Con and Enient Island.
Well,
When they fight, when the waves come in, it sounds like they're fighting. It always becomes convenient, and it's convenient.
well, before we make any grand plans, can I pull all the crew together to actually form an attack strategy here? Like, do we want to actually shoot them with cannons, or should we just put up nearby and try and climb aboard.
Board.
I prepare tea and biscuits for the attack strategy meeting.
Alright, so, well, is this boat you spotted, is it going the same direction as us or away from us?
So it's a larger ship, so it has a higher top speed, but like they said, they've had a bit of trouble navigating, so you basically slipped past it, and you're now waiting on the other side of the island, waiting for it to come through.
Okay. So it's the largest ship yet, say. Did we notice any cannons on it? Or is it just a merchant vessel with no defense?
You'd imagine they'd have some defense. There will probably be a bit of hostility. Your plan will probably prevent them from bringing the brunt of their cannons to bear, because you'll be approaching, like, if you've got the strait, right, their ship is making their way through the strait, and you're going to be approaching, if I do it vertically, like that, and you'll be approaching like this, which means you can broadside them, and they can't fire all of their cannons on you. They probably outgun you, but you're definitely going to be faster and more maneuverable.
Well, if we open up on them, though, then, we risk, for a start, damaging the booty, but additionally, they might fire back. Why don't we just sort of pull alongside them, and then suddenly strike, spare our true colours, and swing onto their ship instead? Because they're probably not all armed, and we are.
It's a merchant vessel, not a navy vessel. We have a pretty good chance, I think, of getting 140% of everything on board.
Exactly.
Well, I think we should take the stealthy approach. So, unless anyone has any other plans, I don't think we should use the cannons.
They do rather shake the silverware.
And also, no one here actually knows how to fire one, apparently.
Yeah. I nearly made a sharpshooter, but then I was like, I've already played a sharpshooter pirate. I need to do something different.
In a game run by me, yeah.
Yes.
I think we all know you light the top. We don't know how to reload the gunpowder. So it's like we think like a cannon is a one-use item.
Right. So anyone who would like to can roll me pirate to help secure your ship for stealth. And then the better you do, the more silent your ship is going to be as you attempt to creep up on this.
I'm guessing my rigger monkey specialty doesn't apply here.
No, you would get it.
God, too many dice. That's it. Where did it go? Flip. There was too many dice and now I've lost one.
Oh no.
I might have to roll a 1 and...
You're flipping out of existence as you're...
Okay, so that's one success and the idiot dice did fail.
Okay. Did anyone else want to roll, by the way? Anyone else can choose to roll pirate. You're
Okay, sure.
banding together to help, like, buckle stuff down.
So I've got a pirate score of 4, so it's like 4 dice.
Yeah, that'll be 4 dice.
Can I also roll, or would that be overkill?
No, I said any members,
Okay,
and
nice.
the better everyone else does, the better this is going to be.
Because I do have a pirate score of 3, but I have an idiot score of 1. So.
Oh! Jaden rolled the 1 die and it worked!
Yeah, I have a pirate score of 1 and got a 6.
As everyone knows, rolling 7 dice all fail. Rolling 1 die, you're guaranteed to succeed. That's just how maths works.
If Jaden's I'm rolling
150%
2.
of the time, it's right.
I may have rolled under my
idiot
idiot.
dice,
No,
by the way.
that's on my normal dice. I'm fine.
So,
I
sorry.
rolled a singular 6.
Nice. So that's now 3 members of the crew that have passed.
So in order to pass, I have to match or get above my pirate score, right?
No, you just need a 6.
Oh, in that
That's
case,
all you
I've
need.
got 0 passes and 1 crit fail.
Okay, so we have 3 passes and 2 crit fails so far. Excellent job, everyone. As everyone who wants to
I
roll,
did not
roll.
crit fail. I just normal failed, but I did
Okay,
not
so that's not going to affect anything then. Okay, so your ship is very stealthy. You've done all of the regular things to like, tie the sails in a certain way, put the cannons away, that kind of thing. However, the two of you that crit failed, you both have messed up something around the ship that's not related to the stealth. Your ship is perfectly stealthy, but if you want to decide what that is now, and it may come up later.
Okay, sorry.
I just got completely lost and started like sorting things out in the kitchen, and now everything in the kitchen is like in the wrong place.
It doesn't take. It takes a lot to make me angry.
This is what's going to tear this marriage apart.
Okay, so the kitchen is all messed up.
Alright, well, I forgot to prepare the pirate flag for when we actually move into engage, so that's still in my clothes trunk somewhere. So we're gonna have to not have a Jolly Roger for now.
If I may, you've pocketed it. It's
Okay.
like rolled up and tucked into your breeches.
Yeah, well, I forgot to give it to the rigging monkey.
Yeah,
so
it's not on the mast, so you can't raise a pirate flag.
Yeah, because
No,
I got
very
lost.
sad.
I was in the kitchen for some reason.
Yeah,
Alright.
but otherwise, your ship is perfectly suited for this. So the idea is basically you're gonna come out and you're gonna basically block their path rather than firing cannons on them, and then board the ship. Classic pirate maneuver.
What actual weapons do we have? Like pistols and swords?
Pistols, cutlasses, whatever you feel is appropriate. I've heard that the classic is a pistol and a cutlass. It's a good thing.
Right. So, are we going to attempt a swing onto their ship, or are we just going to use grappling hooks and pull ourselves together?
It's up to you, and we will figure this out. So, unless there's any like other prep that people want to do, I think we will get ready for the approach.
Right.
So you're sort of hiding off. There's like a bit of jungle on Emient Island, near the beach that you're using as cover, and then you see the ship approach. The ship is called Queen Victoria's Left Pinky. They were running out of body parts after a while.
Understandable.
Yeah, how it is.
Yeah.
They need a new monarch so they can start again.
Conspiracy against the crown. Seize them once.
We're
You know that she
pirates.
hates pirates. You know Victoria's feelings on pirates. We can't interact. It will create too fun a romp. By Ardwood animation. So sorry.
I'm not gonna lie, a lot of this was inspired by the Pirates in an Adventure with Scientists, and if I ever ran a thing in that game, this would be the system that I used. There is something special about Queen Victoria dual-wielding katanas.
So those
trying to
pirates
stab
are
a dodo.
absolutely married. They love each other.
Yeah, they're so married. Right, anyway.
We're married.
Yeah. Speaking of marriage, time for some piracy.
So as we put it, and how many people can we see?
Yes, as it pulls up, here's what you see. So there's a guard. There is a guard. There are some sailors kind of standing watch, but they're not. They're not like a British Army guard. Like there's no like they've got pistols rather than like rifles, no bayonets or anything like that, and there aren't that many of them. There are probably about 10. You'd wager, all being overseen by. They do have a captain. She's dressed very finely, but in like a combat-ready attire, and she has a very fancy rapier at her belt. The rest of the you're doing it already. Just like
Sorry.
Sorry. No, it's all good. Yeah, the rest of the guard look like your standard lovers, your standard sailors, but this one, she looks like she could hold her own in a fight. Also on deck, there are a few kind of people up in the rigging who you don't think are going to be much trouble. And also on deck, there is a very fancy table with a tablecloth and a doily, and there are a couple of nobles there having tea.
Okay.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning, so perfect time for tea.
Is it just the 5 of us? On
It is
this
just the
whole
5 of
ship?
you, but you're pirates. You can handle this.
All right. Well, do we have grappling hooks then? so we can pull the
If you'd
ships
like to
together.
grapple or swing over to the ship.
I think we should all swing as one. Our love will protect us from their bullets and swords.
Well, hold on.
Exactly.
If we do that, then we'll be down someone because we've got to have at least one person staying on the ship. So I think the better strategy would be have like 2 people swing in, and then the other 3 of us grapple the ship and pull the 2 together.
Bring our hearts back as one. Yeah, I like that.
All right. So
Feels like a husband
who wants to
thing.
swing over?
I'll leave that
I
up
like-
to you, dears.
Okay, so we've got Milton and Philip as the swingers. So you 2 assume position upon, and we'll get some grappling hooks and raise the pirate flag. Oh wait, where is it?
Well, I think they might be in
It's
for
on
a
the
bit of a
pirate
shock.
ship. It's on the pirate ship.
What, sorry?
It's on the pirate ship.
I don't know where I placed it.
Sam,
They're coming down the strait.
I'll tell you the exact moment that Francois realizes that he's got the flag in his pocket.
Alright.
It's not yet. I'll let you know when you realize this.
Francois,
Right.
darling, they are coming down the strait now. I do think we're running out of time. We
Alright,
need to
alright.
raise the flag quickly, or no flag at all.
We'll just go without a flag then. Forget it. So,
What if one of us hung from the top of the mast with a cutlass in our hand? Would that do as a flag?
sure, do whatever.
We
But,
could draw
well,
a flag quickly. Show off our artistic skills.
I don't think a flag's that important. We're running out of time. Right.
There's no time.
It doesn't
So-
have to be a good drawing.
Okay.
Oye and Marianne, on me, we need to all get equipped grappling hooks.
All right, Milton. Do you want to draw a pirate flag extremely quickly?
Sure.
Roll husband.
I believe in you.
One success on the idiot dice.
That's fine. Yeah. Again, the ES dice is bad when it's low. It can still succeed just like any other die. Yeah. You get a very, very bad crude drawing of a pirate flag, but it's like impressively fast.
I did the thing. We have a flag.
I'm a little worried about how quickly Milton knows where exactly to find cloth and paint on this ship. Like it's like he noted where they all were when you were loading the ship.
Okay, well,
The graffiti in the last 2 ports you were in starts to make a bit more sense now.
as long as it's yak, it doesn't matter. Put it up. And, I guess, should we roll piracy to try and grapple the ship?
All right, so you quickly put the pirate flag up. Your ship sails into view, and as the Resident reactor, you can see the one of the nobles like, sort of put down their teacup. Oh my! And then the guard captain sort of turns around. Could the people who are swingers? Could the people who are swinging over please roll me pirate?
Hell yeah! This is my one good stat.
Yeah, and Katie, you'll get a +2 for this.
Oh god, gosh darn. I will roll them in 2 bunches so I don't do the same issue.
One success
worries.
for me.
You get the success. That's all good.
Yeah. Not being
One-
an idiot turns out has been very useful because I keep rolling 3s on my idiot die.
One success and I'm an idiot.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Do you have any particular idea of how you're going to be an idiot here? You do succeed on landing on the ship.
We are successfully engaged.
I do have something. If you
Okay,
if you
go
wanna.
for it. Go for it.
You go and you swing and you land on the ship and you're like, aha! And you pull out your pistol and you pull out your oh no. As you look back and you see your cutlass. Where you left it, you put it down to go get the paint, and it's on. It's still on the ship. And then there are like 3 sailor. There are 3 sailors like on top of you, and they all just sort of look at you and they pull out swords. But Philip, you manage to swing across an acrobatically sort of 3-point landing on the deck, and you pull out your rapier, ready for battle. So in the meantime, Francois, you're trying to grapple your way on.
Well, what we're doing is we'll get ropes with a grappling hook attached to it, and all three of us will throw them over to the other ship and then pull on them to bring the ship next to each other, so you can just jump between the two.
Yep. All right, everybody, you three roll me pirate.
Okay, so I did get a success. I also failed on my idiot dice.
Excellent.
I am the exact same. I got a single success and the idiot failure.
I got a 6 and a 1. It's very impressive.
Incredible. Jaden, are you rolling? You don't have to. I'm just if you.
Sorry. Is this not for boarding the ship?
This is for throwing a grappling hook over, so you can still do it while being on your ship. The two boarders went already.
I think he'd be too busy picking up the lost cutlass and putting it in the lost and found.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Misha, I'm going to give you... so you do successfully manage to land a grappling hook. The two of you, however, manage to, rather impressively, smack your two companions in the back of the head with both grappling hooks before you then pull and secure them.
I'm so sorry.
My beloved, I know that you want to be near me, but not that near me.
And so I think our attempts to get them over here have failed. We will really need to make something up. We'll really need to make this up to them.
Alright. Marianne, help pull. We need all men on deck here.
Okay, so the crew on deck. So each of you are currently facing down three British sailors. Now, one sailor is no match for a pirate, but three will probably provide enough of a challenge that you're going to have to take this seriously. Also, you've got a bit of a sore head from when you were hit by the grappling hook. So could the two of you please roll me pirate at a -2, so -2 dice, although Marion, Philip is getting the +2 from being a duelist, so cancel.
Normal.
Normal.
Hell yeah. Good for Philip. If I roll a 1 on my dice that aren't the idiot die...
That's fine.
Okay, good. I just
The
thought
idiot
I'd
dice
check,
is the
because
only thing
otherwise
that
it
can
would
crit
be...
fail.
I succeeded idiotically.
Excellent. Impressive without a sword. There's so many more crit fails.
You wrap them up in the paint, but you'd throw their sword over the edge, and now you can't use it. It's a real shame.
Yeah.
That's 2 successes for me.
Excellent. And I've also got to remind everyone about the love point that you have.
Yes.
So, because there are a lot of crit fails happening, so, I'm just making everyone aware of that. You may want to save them, that's completely fine. But,
no crit fails happening here. Only adventurous opportunities.
I mean, speaking of crit fails, Katie, how do you think Milton fails this one?
Like, he starts shooting, and he continues shooting, and he continued, and then he completely lost. He doesn't know where he is. He's on the ship somewhere.
Okay, so yeah, you effortlessly, basically, you shoot someone, and you clip him in the shoulder, and he falls over in pain, and you grab his cutlass, and you parry two of them, and they thrust, and you parry, and you're backing off, but you're expertly deflecting them, and you go down the stairs, and you go, like, across the thing, you step up onto the table, and the nobles go, oh my, and they, like, take their teacups as there's tea sloshing everywhere, and you keep fighting, and you're fighting these two, and then you basically back into the door, and you're just, like, down in the ship somewhere, as the sounds of like clang, 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 clang are like still going, and you're like, you're handling these three incredibly well. The problem is that you're so focused on that you weren't looking where you were going, and you're now just somewhere in the ship.
Yeah.
This is almost the fight from Princess Bride, except more husband stupidity.
You by chance happen to have 6 fingers on your left hand.
And Philip, you expertly, you're holding your rapier out and you slash up. Oh no! No!
We lost Philip!
We lost Philip!
My love!
Everyone panic.
He was the only thing keeping this marriage together.
Nobody panic. Alright, so while that is...
They have given us an update of just the internet is suffering a bit. So,
yeah. I'm sure they will be back shortly. This might actually be a decent time. I was gonna say this after the thing, but for a quick break.
Sure.
If people don't mind, like very quick, shouldn't be too long. I will be right back. If people want to, I know we might have M in here to read some donations or something like that.
Yeah.
Just while we're sorting this out. Apologies, everyone, but we will be back shortly.
All right. Yep. Thanks.
There is no M, only Zoo.
Marianne.
No, it's M.
Oh, Hi, Em.
Hi. This has been very entertaining to watch, by the way.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We're just in love.
But you're all so stupid, so idiot. I love it.
What are you afraid of? He's just a pirate in love.
I'm gonna get a drink because I've been laughing too hard.
Yeah,
Yes, I
please
shall
go ahead. Any of you that want to get water or just any kind of break, please feel free.
I'm gonna fill up my bottle of rum, and by rum I do mean juice.
The fancy juice.
Yeah, I've got my non-alcoholic
Not
grog
fancy.
here.
I ran out of fancy juice days ago.
Right, I'll leave you to read donations and stuff. Have fun.
Thank you. Okay, well, we've done very, very well. As Zach mentioned earlier, we have already hit our first goal of 500, which means that we are close to 50% of the way to our goal of 1,500, which is, you know, incredible after not even 2 hours.
Really is amazing.
It's so impressive. But it also means that we have a bunch of donation messages to read out because we haven't read out any yet. So I might start from the bottom and just read some out. So we have from Larry and Sarah. Well done, Zach. No idea what a tabletop RPG is, but I hope it all goes well. We have
Maybe they know if they tuned into the stream.
Maybe if they visited twitch.tv/Tablethon1, they would know. We have from Anonymous, £500, let's go. From Ash, good luck to everyone involved, can't wait to be playing myself on Sunday. From a lovable druid, such a wonderful project and I look forward to seeing what you all are playing. From Alba, donating me booty to the gay pirates.
We have received one booty.
We've received one booty, which is it's not booty enough. I feel like this should be 100% booty. 120% booty even.
All of it's just maths. It's basic maths. You get 120% booty.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And then finally from the Pinner grandparents, had to Google RPG, but now we know. Hope it all goes well. A good cause to support.
So wholesome.
I swear they donated this last time. Like people should have figured this out.
It's been a whole year to Google
It's been a whole
RPG.
year. Yeah. No, that's fair. Well, thank you all very much. No, it really is
very
really
cool.
is amazing. And it's amazing that we're doing so well. Like,
Oh, it's very
so
exciting.
quick. I mean, there is a very real chance, by the way, the donation ticket does get to 140%. It depends if, you know, we end up changing the goal if and when we hit it.
I think if it looks like it's going over within this game or the next game, we don't update it, we let it hit 140% and then we update it.
Of course.
Well, I mean, to be entirely honest, the goal is like it's kind of there because you have to put it there. You know, any amount is amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
Every amount is appreciated. It's just the pure satisfaction of what if we had number and we hit it.
Number go up.
Number go up.
Number go up. That's why we're doing this. It's why we're on such a unique business opportunity.
It's such a unique business opportunity.
Donks.
It's
I
incredibly
should not
stonks.
have made 3 separate Always Sunny references in the pre-watershed part though.
It's just references.
Oh yeah, and if it helps, I've seen parts of Always Sunny and I didn't even catch them, but that's on me. I'm really channeling the idiot right now of Idiot Pirate Husbands.
Yeah, there's a bit in the MLM episode of like, it's a reverse funnel system. That's the same as a pyramid scheme. No, it's not. Turn it upside down.
I mean, if we've got a minute, I can explain the Pirates in an Adventure with Scientists, which I think Iris in the chat was just saying how they haven't seen it and they were confused. Oh, we
You
have a
must see it.
yeah, no. The Pirates and Adventure with Scientists is so good. It's this game basically. It's just like pirates having dumb old time with Charles Darwin. And yeah, it's like turns out that their parrot is actually a dodo, and the British are very interested in acquiring a dodo.
Aren't we all really?
They previously thought to be extinct.
Hugh Grant, isn't it?
Also, the
Is
pirate
it? Is
captain.
it?
Yep. Also,
Oh,
the
wow.
pirate's captain's name is the pirate captain.
Yes, the pirate captain.
Oh yes, Captain of Pirate.
They are definitely married. Also, I made this system before Our Flag Means Death came out.
You did.
I made this system before gay pirates was the norm, and
No spoilers.
I'm just glad that it's all here. I haven't seen it
I've
yet.
not
I really
seen
want
it,
to.
but Naomi keeps being like, "Hey, here's a reference to it," and I'm like, just this morning, and I was like, "Well, now it's on the list of things I have to watch."
Yep. I mean, you're actively participating in it right now, so you might as well.
I'm cool and hip and down with the kids, so I have a TikTok account, and I keep getting edits on my TikTok on like my For You page, and I'm like,
Mhm.
should watch this because it's got Taika Waititi in it, and it seems
Yeah.
pretty
Oh,
gay.
then it's already perfect. I can't believe that you are so down with the kids, Marion.
Yeah, I'm hip and cool.
Girl
Wow.
Zoomers.
I would even go
Uh,
so far as to say you are radical.
Thank you.
And speaking of radical, piracy. So I think
Breaking the law.
is everyone back? Sammy, you good?
Yep. Who?
Excellent.
Okay, I'll excel myself then.
Then I believe everyone say bye, Emily. We'll see you
Emily.
later.
Oh, someone's at my door. Hang on a minute.
Oh, okay. Emergency. Oh,
Oh, is there a stream guest?
is there? Oh,
Surprise.
yep. It's all good. Thumbs up.
Mary
Excellent.
just gets showered in money and someone gives a physical donation.
I was expecting like donuts. I don't know why.
Both of my housemates are leaving for the weekend to do fun things,
Ah,
and
right.
so I've just been
You
wished
two are doing fun
farewell
things
by one
this
of them.
weekend.
Yeah, I'm also doing fun things this weekend. I'm not leaving the house, and I'm going to work.
But first, piracy. So,
Yes.
when you were unfortunately disconnected, what happened was you were successfully fighting off these three individuals. You slash at them and you skewer them, and you eventually they all drop to the ground, clutching their hurt hands and bodies. As you successfully managed to disarm and defeat these pirates. These sailors, even you're the pirate, and sort of striding up from the table. From the noble table, is like the noble sort of like, yes, yes, Captain, deal with this, please. It's in the middle of tea time. Honestly, oh no, honey, he stood on the biscuits. They try and like scrape the crumbs together as the captain approaches you, rapier drawn.
Yes. I think Phil probably also uses a rapier,
Yeah,
and so looks and goes, "On guard, very attractive woman. I mean, person who also has a rapier. On guard."
on guards, pirate, whose attractiveness I can't measure because I've only just met you.
Oh. Oh.
Give it a little
Someone.
while. Maybe we can have an emotionally charged sword fight, and we'll figure it out.
That seems practical.
Ah! and you start sword fighting. While this is going on, everyone on the other ship, what are you doing? So you're currently you've seen Milton like disappear below decks. He'll be fine. Philip is currently fighting things off. Francois, what's the plan now? The ships are locked together.
Okay, well, in that case, let's all draw swords and jump over to the other one to help out our team.
Yeah, alright. So you're going to draw swords and jump over. And once again, as you sort of arrive on the deck, you are met by a gaggle of 3 sailors.
Each. 4, 3.
There were 10 sailors, if you know. So 6 are currently down or below decks. So you're going to be met by 3 of them, and it's all dependent on who else follows.
I will draw my pistol and run across. desperately trying to realize, do I know this type of vessel? Can I save my foolish husband from being lost once more?
Okay, so yeah, if your plan is not really to directly engage people, you're sort of heading below decks, that's fine. Yeah, roll me husband on that.
My plan is almost permanently going to be dealing with other people's messes.
Mm-hmm.
Hence, my joining of the crew. That is 1 success and no idiot fails.
Excellent. Yeah, so this is a pretty standard sort of merchant vessel, a 3-master, nice and big. It's got a gunnery. It's got the main deck and then a gunnery deck and then the hold. And if you know your husband, once they found some steps, Milton just keeps heading down them, so they're probably in the hold. Which is good, because that means they're not around any gunpowder, and that would be dangerous.
That's very good, because I do only have a pistol.
So you sprint past the last remaining sailor, who makes like a kind of half-hearted swipe, and misses you.
Sorry, we'll have an emotionally charged sword fight later.
I'd like that. And then you head below decks. Okay, so Francois, you've got your pistol and your cutlass. There's some sailors. Are you just going to be fighting them, or anything particularly special you want to try?
I'll just open fire on the first one.
Yeah, just boom, and then you start fighting them off. All right, roll me pirate.
Right. So that is 1 success and no failures.
Excellent. Yeah, no, you fire at one of them, and again they sort of take the bullet and go down, and then you start sword fighting the other two, and you're holding your own. It's fairly, you're doing very well.
All right, great.
As you start to fend them off.
Okay.
You do notice, however, the rest of you, that as you're kind of as you're doing this all, there is one of the nobles has pulled out from from somewhere in their breeches a very long and fancy dueling pistol, and they're sort of trying to aim. They're like, "Would you not get out of the way? I'm trying to shoot some pirates." And they haven't quite drawn a bead yet, but for the 2 people who are currently fighting on deck, you run the very real risk of being shot.
Okay. Would I be able to try and sort of sidestep to put the person I am fighting between myself and the wielder of this pistol?
Yeah. Okay. So currently, the main problem is you don't know who she's going to fire at. So you could try and draw her attention, and then sidestep.
Well, I mean, I don't want to get my guard down too much, so I'll just try and put myself out of harm's way.
Okay, so you're going to be fighting while putting yourself out of harm's way. Cool. Roll me pirate.
Right. So that's 2 successes and 1 failure.
So you did crit fail.
Yes.
Okay. So as you start expertly fighting, you manage to. Actually, do you have an idea of how this crit fail is going to go? Do you have an idea of a way you can mess this up?
Yeah. So if I obviously as a Furious pirate captain, I will have a belt of multiple pistols, and one of them might jam up as I try and fire it, which completely fioffs my finishing blow.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you as you're sort of rotating around to get them between you and the noble, you're like sword fighting, and then you kick one down, you grab your pistol, and you go to fire, and then you remember you forgot to load it. Oh yeah. Oh no, sorry. As you go to pull out the pistol, you pull out the wrong way, and the ball bearing falls on the ground, and then you go and there's a big sound, and the guy gets back up.
Okay, well, you have you, but
you are out of harm's way. So
right.
Philip, you are currently fighting the captain, the captain of the guard. What's your plan here?
I think Philip is going to tap into all of their fencing training that they know, and I think what they're going to do is they're going to try and disarm the captain by doing the little
Yes.
and then also stand on her foot so she falls over.
I see. All right. All right, roll me pirate.
Oh, and because this is dueling,
This is
I get
dueling.
to
You
add.
do get your bonus.
Oh, I should have stolen more of Karis's. I only have I only own 2d6s, so I stole my housemates. Because one of them's got rainbows in, and it felt pretty gay. But right.
Yeah, you stole a rainbow thing. That's pirate husband. That's
They
accurate.
all fell on the floor.
All of them. That's very impressive.
Okay, well, so far that's only one success, but I need to roll another one because I don't have the right number of dice. Oh, and that fell on the floor.
On the other side, wow.
Okay, one success.
One success, no fail. All right.
No fail.
Okay,
Get my dice.
so you manage to, as you like, you cross blades and you duel and you're fighting up and down, and then she goes for a thrust and you parry it, and then you switch your sword around a few times and you successfully throw it up to disarm, and then you go to like stamp your foot forward and she like shuffles her foot back and then steps up onto the rim, the banister, the edge of the ship. She steps up to the edge of the ship and catches her sword. So she's rearmed herself, but she's now fighting in a very precarious position because obviously one push and she goes over. So you definitely have the up. She has the higher ground, but you definitely have the upper hand here.
Yes. So for Philip, I have the high ground. I'm so sorry.
So below decks, Milton, you are again expertly fending these two people off as you back into the cargo hold, and Oliver, you rush into the cargo hold to see this happen. What's your plan here?
My beloved.
Misha?
Sorry, my brain turned off.
Yeah, no
for a
worries.
second.
Name
I'm getting into
blindness.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I arrived on the cargo hold. Hey, my love, you all right? Just sort of aim the pistol vaguely at the assailants.
Yeah, just have a lovely sword fight here. Everything's going fine.
Is it emotionally charged enough, or do you need some help?
It's just not quite emotionally charged enough here. How can we have it emotionally charged with two people?
Then you'll take your hands off of my husband, foul brigand.
I don't feel strongly about this either way. As the two sailors are sword fighting. Could you both roll me pirate as you attempt to take down both of the remaining sailors at the same time?
Yeah, baby! I rolled a 6 and a 1 again, but the 6 is on the idiot dice, so it's safe, and the 1's on the normal one.
I failed with an idiot.
Ooh, okay. So, Oliver, you manage to shoot, and one of the pirates gets hit in the back. One of the sailors even gets hit in the back and falls over. It's like ow. Milton, however, you're fighting, and your foot lands in a patch of bilge at the bottom of the because you're at the bottom of the ship, and slips, and the last remaining sailor slashes across you, and it cuts into your arm, and it hurts.
I'm gonna spend my love point here.
Okay, that's gonna stop things from getting worse from this point. Good job. We'll get to that in a second. So what's happened here, Milton, is that you have taken a stress, which means you are now going to be rolling 2 idiot dice from here on out. So Oliver, you spent your love point. So as your husband has been slashed, he is falling backwards through the air. How do you save him?
I am, because as I said, Oliver only uses pistols. So rather than taking out a sword, pulls out the other one and shoots at the sailor's cutlass to kind of knock him off balance, and pulls Milton back up to help Milton get back in the fray.
So I'm going to say, just because the idea of actually pulling out another cutlass and doing it is a little unrealistic, because apparently I care about realism, you throw your pistol and it slams into the cutlass. Because obviously, pulling out a second pistol and aiming is too unrealistic. The cutlass sticks into like a pillar, like a wooden pillar. So the cutlass is now stuck, and you drop your pistol on the ground. You've got more in your belt, and you swoop in and you catch Milton in your arms.
My beloved savior.
This makes up for the little incident over there.
Yes.
I'm still here, you know, says the last
We're
sailor.
having a moment.
A moment, give us a minute.
Fine, as he tries to trying to get the sword out of the pillar.
Okay, well, he's not being sporting. Would you like to take him, darling, or should I?
Why don't we do it together, my beloved?
Give a kiss on the cheek.
Oh, sorry.
Aww.
They're in love.
We should take out
Just
this
love.
brigand together.
Just
All right, both roll me pirate.
Okay. We have 2 idiot dice.
Yes.
Oh no, I failed, but no idiot fail.
I succeeded with 2 idiots.
Okay.
Wait, I got 2 successes and 2 idiots.
Okay. Yeah, so you've already taken the hit, that's not too bad. Yeah, so the sailor looks very ready to pull out the sword and run you through, Oliver. But as you're tensing up, Milton, you just run forward and your sword's on the ground, you just deck this last one. You just punch him on the face, he drops to the ground, and you just bam, 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 bam. And then you're punching, the ship rolls, and you roll off of him, and your face goes slap bang into some bilge. So you are now soaked from head to toe with seawater. It's very gross. And that's where we'll leave the two of you as we go back above decks, where the noble is still trying to line up a shot, but she has now very distinctly drawn her bead on Philip. Philip, you may not have noticed this because you are still currently engaged in the sword fight. But
Yeah.
the other two, but Francois and... Sorry, Jane, I keep forgetting your character's name.
Ireland.
Yeah, Francois and Marland on the other ship, you both noticed this.
So, am I only fighting one person still?
You've got two, because the guy that you failed to shoot got back up because you didn't finish him off.
Okay.
So you're still fighting two people.
I will try and pull off a maneuver then. So I will dive out of the way of the two people I'm fighting. I attempt to draw a pistol and shoot the officer.
So the officer is currently in the sword fight. There's the noble with the pistol.
Sorry, the noble then.
The noble, yes. Okay. So you're going to basically disregard the two people you're fighting and just try and take out the noble themselves. Excellent.
Okay.
Is there anything, Jaden, that you want to do in this, that Marlon would want to do in this situation?
So I've spotted the dilemma going down on the other ship.
I say you'd now see Francois do this and basically expose himself to the two sailors that he's fighting to focus in on this noble.
Sure. So part of the husband stat is supporting husbands. Can you give me an example?
Supporting husbands.
Yeah, exactly.
It's typically for emotional support and helping them out. You could maybe provide some darling look out kind of thing to help.
Yeah, I'll do that.
To give
Go back into old school D&D with a spot check.
to give Francois a bit of a hand.
Yes, yeah. Using my abilities of management and direction, I will basically try and spot a threat incoming and try and provide assistance that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Roll me husband.
Sure thing. The purple one will be my idiot dice. Well, it would be nice if on 7 dice I could roll anything higher than a 3. So yeah, that's no successes, and I am an idiot.
You're just so distracted by how beautiful he looks.
Yep.
Drawing his pistol, expertly aimed, and you're just... and you forget to cry out.
He is a romantic, Marlon.
Yeah. Alright, Francois, you are ducking out of the way and firing the pistol. Roll me pirate.
So that is 2 successes and 0 failures.
Amazing. Yeah, so as the... you duck out of the way, you bring up and draw your pistol, and then aiming it, you just fire it off, and immediately immediately go into a forward roll as the swords swing down on the deck. You come up from it. You drop your other pistol, you get your cutlass back out, and you just parry the two of them in one final swing as they are descending on you. And you manage to save your own bacon and shoot the pistol right out of the noble's hand as you... Oh, my, honestly.
Excellent.
So, Philip, the path has been clear, although you haven't realised this. You are currently sword fighting the captain. She's stood up on the edge of the ship, so she is a little precarious. How would you like to proceed?
I think Philip's going to try and go for the feet so that she loses her balance and falls, but that's the obvious move. So he's going to try and feint upwards so that she thinks that he's an idiot enough that he is attacking when actually he's going to be like, surprise, and then...
I see, yeah. So an idiot feint, if you will.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Roll me pirate.
Make the label idiot pirate husband work for you.
Marion, if you succeed on the idiot dice, I'm going to love you more than I can express.
You should love me more than you can
Hell
express.
yeah,
Let me roll one more. Yeah, that's only one success, but it is on my idiot die.
Hey.
Yay! Yeah. So you feint up, and she blocks high, and she sort of gives a small smirk and says, "Well, I guess you're not a what?" As you with your free hand, just kind of push her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just center of the belly, just kind of push. It's a very sort of understated motion, and she's like, and she falls. She does manage to catch herself on the rigging, so she'll probably be climbing her way back up, but it may take her some time. As she
Pip.
She fell quite a way, so she puts the rapier in her teeth and stops. Oh, bloody pirates! Okay, so for the people still up on deck, there are currently 2 final sailors to be dealing with. The last one ran below decks. We'll get to it. The 2 of you below decks. Yeah, there are two sailors up there still fighting.
Are they both still fighting me?
Currently fighting you.
Okay, I'll just call to the other 2 to come give me a hand, and if if we all surround the 2 of them, then we can probably force them to surrender.
Nice. Yeah. So will the other will Marland and Philip you down to help round up these last 2?
Yes.
Yeah. So as you jump up and you got your swords drawn, you put them at sword point. So Francois, roll me pirate. You will get your bonus for this because you are leading your crew.
Oh.
Right. What is the bonus that I add? Sorry.
So yeah, plus two dice.
Okay. All right. Well, I do actually get a single success and 1 crit failure.
Amazing. So, let's see. How can you?
Well, I guess in my excitement, I've forgotten about the captain. Oh, sorry, the person who was wielding the pistol just a moment ago, so they could potentially foil this.
Yeah. So you've got them all at sword point, and what do you say to them?
Drop your swords and surrender.
And they kind of, huh? And then from behind you hear a voice of, "And you will drop your swords now, brigands!" As the other noble he gets up, has an identical dueling pistol. The other one is still just going, "Oh, my favourite pistol! They shot it! Beasts! Beasts, I say!" It's like, "No, don't worry, dear. I've got them now."
Alright, so are there 2 of these nobles then?
Yeah, there were 2 of them having tea. One of them is gone. They're not fighting anymore. But the other one currently has a dueling pistol drawn at the 3 of you.
Okay, aimed at whom?
They're kind of rapid fire switching it. They don't really know who to aim it at precisely.
Right. Alright, I will. Well, what is. So, I will tell the other two with me to duck behind the two surrendering sailors for cover, and then I'll try and engage.
Okay.
Yes, sure. I'll then duck down.
Okay, so you're basically gonna like spin and try and rush him.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say at this point there isn't really a role for this. There isn't really a need to, because basically he's got a pistol with one shot at it, or it's one shot in it. It's trained on you. You will take a stress, but you will be able to take him out.
All right.
Because like he will just shoot you. You know, there isn't really a way to dodge out of the way of someone who's actually just got a pistol pointed at you. So yeah, the two duck behind the sailors as you spin around. The shot fires out and you roll to one side, so it just clips you in the shoulder, and you take a couple of steps forward and you swish your cutlass, and the noble falls to a heap. No, this jacket is so expensive.
Alright.
Also, I think I'm bleeding a little. Oh no.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, Marion's cam has a rainbow.
Are there many others? Are there any other people of note
so
upon
the
the deck?
The last sailor ran below decks. And we'll go transition below decks. So the two of you are sort of recovering. And you look around the hold, and you realise that the hold of the ship is completely empty. There is no cargo here at all. And the last guy runs in, sword drawn, sees the other two, and is like, I'm gonna just, he sort of backs up a little bit.
Choice.
As he, like, gestures his sword, failing aggressively at you two, and then continues to back up the stairs.
Well, I am glad we didn't have to fight them.
So there's no booty.
Yeah, so, Misha and Katie, you don't see any. Yeah. There is currently no cargo here.
That is very strange.
Really wastes our time.
Unless it was a transport ship, there were two very wealthy-looking individuals. Perhaps their swords and clothes and tea set, they might be worth something. This is all a plundering adventure to get to grips with the new boat, and I think we've done that. I think we should look on the bright side. We're alive. We've had a wonderful moment, and we might get a little bit of money.
But we're essentially in full control of the ship now.
Yeah. So you guys, I'm assuming, head back up on deck with your.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
before we leave.
Yeah.
Well, no money is worth your love, my dear.
Nor yours. And so it just tilts up by the chin and boop.
Right. How many prisoners have we taken?
Yeah, so it's the 4 sailors. Sorry, the 3 sailors that were still standing. Obviously, everyone else will. And then the 2 nobles. So as you guys get up on deck, the guard captain climbs back up on top and takes a rapier out of her teeth as she looks around. I swear, if we get one more band of bloody pirates over the next few days, I am going to lose it.
Is that why you don't have anything? Someone beat us to it.
There's no more cargo!
You've got a handy-dandy list of everybody who's robbed you recently.
I see your doors lists.
Oh.
Well, I mean, they didn't all tell me who they were, but some of them did leave this thing called a receipt. I don't know what that is.
Good practice. Good practice.
Your dream is coming true, my darling. Soon all pirate ships will have receipts. We must put one forward for this one.
Yes, I suppose you should. As the nobles just like, yes, well, there isn't even any. Look, there isn't any loot You've all had your fun. Get back on your ship and leave.
Well, hold on. Let's
Leave
tie
us
them all
alone.
up first before they start talking to us.
Getting with the tying up and you start tying them all around the
You
mast.
need to make sure one of them is tied slightly looser, so they have a great adventure of wriggling themselves free. Don't tell them which one, and then we'll all have a great time. We'll all come out of this enriched.
It's usually me, says one of the sailors.
Right, so
but we'll make sure someone else gets a turn this time.
I'll put on my most intimidating tone and start questioning them all. So, you claim that you've got no use here. If that's true, why did you attack us? Why didn't you merely surrender if you've got nothing worth defending? Clearly, there's something afoot, hidden on the ship.
Well, the honour of Queen Victoria is at stake here, you understand. This is
How are we meant to have emotionally tied sword fights if we don't fight them?
Exactly, says the guard captain. But
which of you felt the most emotionally connected to us during those fights? We'll talk to you.
Well, I've never been pushed off a boat with quite that skill and efficiency before. Got to say.
I'm good at pushing people off boats.
But it's still about it. Always deserving of emotionally charged moments. So, how about you tell my dear husband Philip here some perhaps secrets of these seas if you are used to sailing back and forth. That can be our booty.
Wait, let me get my secrets clipboard. Okay, right, I'm ready.
Well, we've been trying to run this merchant route for the past 3 weeks or so. Every so often, look, I've been part of these waters I've been sailing these waters for 10 years now. I've never seen it like this before. There's so many pirates. They're attacking everyone. They're attacking each other. They keep arriving on these ships with all these strange names, and then they keep trying to take our cargo, and then when they realize it's already gone, they just leave, and they try and find something else. Keep blathering on about something about trying to... and as they're talking, one of the nobles just goes, "Yes, this is my third backup tea set. It's not even the good china this time."
Right. How many casualties?
Well, we don't want your mediocre china, but do they keep talking about multi-level
marauders? Yes, that was it. And talking about going on and on about having to require a boatload of treasure while our boat is unloaded.
That means the greatest booty of all is the contracts. We were right all along.
So with the evidence that's laid in front of us, I think that with a bit of deduction we can work out that maybe signing this contract was a bad idea.
But it's led us to great booty of the contracts themselves.
It's at this moment, there's a series of cannon, there's a spout of cannon fire, and a bunch of water swells kick up all around the two of your ships. It's like, boom, 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 boom. And then the noble's like, "Oh, not again! I swear, if I have to get up the backup tea set, I'm going to lose it." As you see approaching from the other side, so you see you've the merchant ship is like this, you're like this. There's another pirate ship that approaches from the other side. Is another ship. The hang on, let me scroll back to the ship names. When did someone had a good? Yeah,
our ship name or.
We could call this one the Ethereum. As another is like, mateys, we take the ship now. You want your money or your life? Oh, there's your pirates.
Sorry about that. A bit of a mix-up.
So, there is a pirate captain here that you know before. They're a friend of yours. Does anyone have a name for this here pirate captain?
Roger Jules, but always puts it backwards, so it's Julesy Roger.
Roger Rogers.
Roger Rogers, no.
Roger Jules Roger. Captain Jules,
Yes.
but Roger Jules Roger.
I'm just thinking about Star Wars. I'm just thinking about...
Okay, so
Roger.
presumably I know this guy then. Right,
You will do. He's a decent chap. He's usually down on his luck. His pirate crew isn't quite as cohesive as yours. You keep telling him that if they all just married each other, they'd work a lot better together. But For some reason, they never seem up to it.
Roger, how goes the marriage contract?
Sorry, you're just gonna have to give me a minute. I was really looking forward to some plundering, and it's just all the emotions left the room. Just let me, and then someone like comes up next to him with like a handkerchief and like, thanks, mate. Thanks,
That's
mate.
right.
Just lean over to my husband. You see what I mean? Their love, it's very strong.
Would you care to plunder a biscuit?
Aye, if there ain't no plundering to be done, then the biscuit will have to do, I suppose.
I popped downstairs. I can't find the biscuits because they've been moved.
You go to the kitchen, and as you step inside the kitchen, a bag of flour like hits you in the back of the head. You are covered in a dusting of flour for the rest of this campaign. For the rest of this session, I mean.
Right,
I don't know which one of them did it.
Well, Roger, as you can see, we've taken this ship, so, it's ours.
I suppose so.
But I did spot a Spanish Prezi galleon going the other way. Now, it's too far away for us to get to, but if you head back up the stream, then you might be able to get in a shot at it. So you best hurry along on your way now.
You hear that, lads? We're finally going to be free of this damned contract, and just in time, too. Everyone's like, Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Captain. Means the world to me, honestly. I was really worried we wouldn't hit that deadline.
Okay, well, good luck with your voyage, and happy plundering.
Yeah!
Okay.
As they kind of turn to go, you notice that their crew looks, like, desperate. They're not plundering for the fun of it anymore. And really, that's the point of being a pirate, isn't it? It's all about having fun.
It's tragic, really.
Yeah. The Asian pirate does stand for fun.
Right, well...
Don't even get to enjoy a emotionally charged sword fight this time. At least we got the emotionally charged sword fight.
They put the ship in reverse and sail off.
Well, back on the ship that we've just taken, how many casualties are there?
Well, I mean, everyone there's a few people groaning, clutching various body parts and things like that, because real pirates don't kill anyone, obviously.
Right. Well,
real pirates don't take for other people.
So I'll call my crew together for a discussion. I think I've come up with a cunning way to get ourselves out of this contract. Let's load some bodies, load 5 bodies onto the other ship, sink it, and then we'll take this one, and then we'll just pretend that we failed battle, and the contract will be null and void.
That sounds like taking our death.
But then we can't get other people's contracts, and we can't take their boatload of treasure, and then get rid of all the contracts so they're all our friends, and then we'll have the 2 greatest treasures, a mountainous pile of gold and friendship.
No, hear me out. If we fake our own deaths and we all die, then that means we're not technically married anymore, which means we can get married again!
Oh! That sounds
You'll need new
wonderful.
names, Philip, and I quite like mine.
But then
We could just
all
put
our
Julia
weddings wouldn't
on.
be the happiest days of my life anymore. Because then I would have to split them again.
2 happiest days, and that's just not
Yeah.
quite the same.
Not
Ooh,
2.
it is
How-
triple the
Eight.
amount
How
of
would you
happiest days.
choose? How do you choose which one was your happiest day?
Well, I don't have a favourite gold coin or pieces of 8. This piece of 8 is pretty good. This piece of 8.
That bit of the
It's also
coin is
very
quite
good.
good, it's true.
This is true.
Okay, well, personally, I think that's the best plan, because if you haven't been listening to what people have been saying, there's too many pirates now. The plunder's running dry.
I keep trying to tell them, says the pipes up the guard captain. I keep trying to tell them, if you can't just make more pirates, it makes the market too competitive. See, I studied business back at the University of Oxford, and
Business.
Is that the sea that was forded by the Oxes out here in the pirate Caribbean, or is that Oxford, England?
Oxford, England, the proper one. Yes, yes.
Right.
And see, I always keep telling them that it's just simple economics. If there's too much supply, not enough demand, the supply in this case being pirates, and the demand in this case being ships getting plundered, then no one's going to make any money. Least of all us.
You sound clever. What noble house do you represent?
Sorry, Sammy didn't quite catch that.
What noble house do you represent, good sir?
You're talking to the guard captain right now.
Yeah.
It's a woman.
Sorry.
She goes like, yes, well, I'm the heiress to the family name of Wobblechop.
Okay. You accept we got ourselves a ransom, boys. How much do you think the Wobblechop would be willing to pay for your safe return,
Well, that's quite a question. I'm not one on... I know about economics. Ransoms was I think a separate course that I never ended up taking.
Is this still piracy, or is this slipping into banditry?
This is banditry. It is not honourable, and it does not involve anything romantic or emotional.
Unless, of course, we fall for our victim, but that's cruel and improper. That's not the way you fall in love. You fall in love through adventure and sword fights.
It is awfully dashing to fall in love with your with your captor, though.
Well, think what you want of it, but it's the only way we're going to see any profit from this little escapade. So,
What does profit matter when we have profit of our heart?
And also the mountain of gold from the boatloads and freeing the contracts alike. If we finish off our great adventure this day.
I'm not completely sold.
140%, my love. 140%.
The nobles just kind of look at the guard captain at Miss Wobblechop and sort of go on. She's like, all right, fine. It's part of my ward, I suppose. As long as you agree not to harm any of the other people on this ship, and you agree to leave the rest of them in peace, I will go with you.
Can we keep your ship?
No, you can't harm anyone else on the ship, and you can't damage the ship.
We've only just learned to use our new ship. I think we should use it for at least one big adventure before we hop on to the next.
No, we don't. We've got within our grasps a larger ship. Yes, take it while we've got the chance.
Less maneuverable.
It is a merchant ship rather than a pirate ship.
Yeah, it will allow us to get in closer to the merchants without them thinking we're suspicious. It's yet to be a merchant ship.
What if what if the great booty is guarded by some sort of pirate trial, and they see the merchant ship and assume, well, these cannot be true pirates, they are cowards under the flag of a merchant, the British flag no less. Would you stoop so low?
Well, if the crew outvote me, then obviously we won't go down this route, but... Fine. If everyone wants to stay with our smaller ship, so be it.
I think smaller is a bad way of describing it, dear. I think that we should call it cozy, respectable, and
filled with love.
Yes.
Filled with love.
Yeah, and throw pillows.
Yes.
Incidentally, you need less throw pillows to make it feel homely if it's small.
This is true.
We are running quite low on throw pillows. This is the third ship we've had this year.
Okay, well...
I apologise.
Quite all right.
My darlings.
Well, do you have any food on board this vessel?
Biscuits? Well,
yeah,
so it's biscuit crumbs, but they're still quite delightful.
Well, we'll take your biscuits and we'll take you, and the rest of you get on. Please get out of our sight.
Right. Yes, of course. Pirates. Yes. As they go and try and steer, and the Miss Wobblechop sort of goes, "Oh, they're going to be lost without me. All right, let's do this." As she clambers aboard your ship, carrying a big bucket of biscuit crumbs.
Have you got any iced tea?
No.
What about Short Island iced tea?
The other pirates took it all.
What about medium island iced tea? I'll settle for 1,000 island iced tea at this point.
1,000 Island dressing iced tea. Just kind of keep saying words until something works.
Philip goes through a list of different teas.
Yeah. It's like, this tea, no. This tea, no. This tea, no.
Right. So, what is our plan now? Do we move on and try and plunder some more ships? But it certainly seems like there's this, what did you call it? Supply and demand issue?
Yes, an over-competitiveness in the market. If you look at the graph...
Yes, whatever that is.
Well, all of these pirates, ourselves included, are bound by this contract through pirate law. I say the only way we'll get all the plunder made this day, and can free ourselves and then gain the true treasure of friendship if we find a way to get those contracts. Unless, of course, Philip, you are the darling brains of our operation. When it says no returns,
so you know I'm smart.
Yes, exactly. You wear the glasses. I've tried to mimic them. I hope I'm wearing them right. But you... I'll try better. But, it says the Cove of No Returns. Is that... Do you believe that means we cannot return any items plundered from the Imperial receipt system, or that our ship will never return? Because if it's that our ship will never return, we'll need to find a different escape strategy. But if it's just that we can't return the plunder, we don't want to return the plunder.
Well, I may have thought of something that. You say our original ship ended up there drifting on the currents, right?
Yes, most likely.
If we were to come back on that ship, then we wouldn't technically be returning, but departing.
Perfect. It's as if the seas themselves conspired to allow us to do this.
Does that sound like sound logic to you, Philip? I'm just floating ideas in the bubble.
Like smoothing his moustache that's definitely not been drawn on. As he thinks for a long while, because even though he only has a 1 in idiot, he is still an idiot.
Yeah. It's about degrees of idiocy.
Yes, and he goes, "Where's the? I need the flipboard." And he gets a flipboard out, and then draws things up, and he then gets one of those sticks to point at things, and he goes, "I have deduced from the evidence around me and from my deductive reasoning that there are 3 possibilities of this cove. First, the Cove of No Return. We are not able to return items. Receipts mean nothing to them.
It's a terrible place.
The second option, Cove of No Return. Our ship will not return. In that case, we build a raft, we find another ship. There are contingency plans. And the third option, which I think will be new to all of us, but should not be ignored. The Cove of No Return. Nothing returns. We are stranded at the Cove of No Return forever." So I now have a risk and reward graph.
What if, my love, we set up we take the contracts and set up a business site on the Cove of No Return, if it is this third option, and then because we will own the island through pirate law as the new pirate kings, we can rename it and then return.
Genius. Circumnavigated it. Yeah, done.
Have you considered another option? That they've missed some letters out, and it's actually the island of Gnome Return. So we will return.
Run into any gnomes.
We transform into gnomes on our journey.
Let's put that right at the top of the reward versus risk chart, because to come back with gnomes and all of our plunder and the contracts and our other ship would be delightful indeed. But,
I think some garden gnomes would really spruce up the deck.
If that is the case, any excess we have, we can return.
All right. So, with that, I believe your destination has been decided. Deduced.
Deduced.
That's how Philip says it and spells it.
You gotta say that Miss Wobblechop was looking at your graph very appreciatively. She seems.
Yeah, she was.
And,
Sorry.
And as you're kind of packing it away, she says, "Are you formally trained anywhere?"
I've had a bit of education.
You would, I mean, obviously being a pirate is a bit of a problem, but once this adventure is done, maybe you could, come to Oxford. I'm sure they'd appreciate you there.
That's one of your business words, isn't it, Philip? Appreciate?
Yes, appreciate.
Yes, things
Appreciate and
over
value.
time,
Business
and if you spend a lot of time there,
yes,
you will increase in value because you will learn new things.
Oh, wonderful! I would love to appreciate in Oxford.
Well, we'll have to consider this once this all is done, and you've properly ransomed me and everything.
Oh, yes. Don't worry, I'll ransom you with only the finest handwriting.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So, you set sail for the Cove of No Return. The journey is long and arduous, and takes another few days, to the point where your contract may be running low. You've only got maybe another day or so to get your boatload of cargo ready. As you you make way along. Miss Wobblechop is an excellent companion. She doesn't she's very capable of taking care of yourself. She's very eager to enforce strict tea times, but not as strict. Tea time, she obviously must have tea time, but it doesn't have to be anything big and fancy. You can just have tea whenever you want, but it has to be at 6 o'clock, as everyone knows. So yeah, you after another few days of sailing, you eventually arrive at the Cove of No Return. There are lots of rocks around the entrance, and the waves in look to be fairly difficult to navigate. The actual cove itself is huge, easily big enough to fit ships through. Possibly even big enough to have 5 ships end to end. We just lost Amisha. Oh, there we go. I was wondering, is the internet fine? What's going on? Yeah.
No, my Discord doesn't like piracy, it seems.
Oh yeah, it just kind of popped out for a second there. So easily big enough. Possibly could even fit 5 ships end to end in the entryway. But the actual cove itself is dark. It doesn't look like you can see your way inside. You won't know what's in there until you approach. There aren't any signs of any other ships, although there are a few wrecked ships on the rocks around the entrance.
Alright. Navigator, are we close to being able to land?
Let me have a quick look here. Just in case it is the third option, and we can't set up a business venture, we do want to make sure our ship is in a good position. Can I try and find out if there's is a place we can land where we won't be destroyed by the ocean currents?
Sure, roll me husband.
This count for navigating?
Yes.
Cool. That is not a fail on my idiot dice and 2 normal successes.
Great. So, as you're observing the currents, you notice a couple of things. Firstly, docking your ship here would be a terrible idea. It would get caught up by the rapids. The waters inside the cove, however, do look fairly calm. And you think, although it would probably be pretty difficult, you think that you could navigate these rapids on the way out again. So, the option that you think would be the best idea at this point would be to go into the cove.
Well, my love, it doesn't look like we have much of an option for not going in. I suppose we could try and drop anchor and swim back, but I fear none of as many of you are strong, strapping gentlemen. I think 1 or 2 of us might have some issues with that. I think our best option, if we're up for the adventure, that is heading straight on in, dropping anchor where the waters are calm, and valiantly escaping through the rapids on the way out. It should be doable. One moment, and so scribbles down. We'd have to follow this exact way out, but I'm sure if we put our heads together, we can do it.
Okay, well, seems reasonable to me. I trust you, so let's get on with it.
And are you?
See you, Jake Sully.
My beloveds.
Okay, so as you prepare to brave these rapids, you're going to need a strong hand on the wheel. So to guide you in. So Francois, can I get you to roll pirate for me, please?
Wait, am I sailing the ship?
Yes, you're the one steering.
Oh, right. Okay. Do I get my captain bonus for this?
Yeah, why not? Why not? You'll be giving orders to various people, sort of push off on one side, pull in the sails this much, that kind of thing, as you navigate the ship through these rough waters.
Okay. Well, that is one crit failure and one success.
Okay, so you've succeeded idiotically. So as you are steering the ship through these rapids, you successfully managed to spin it around one way, spin it around the other, and keep everything moving. But at the very last hurdle, you don't quite see something in time, and excuse me. And unfortunately, Marland, down in the galley, as the ship hits a rock, you get thrown around, and a pot hits you square in the face, and you have taken a stress, so you're now on 2 idiot dice.
I was already on 2, so I'm now on 3.
Oh no, this is for Marland.
Oh, sorry.
No.
But you do manage to successfully navigate inside the cove. It's dark here, but there is a slight hole in the roof that does let some light cascade down, and you can see a large pool in the center of this cave. There is a few there's a few ships around here, as well as Captain Marshall's ship itself, the non-flaggable Tides. You hear a squawk! Pirates are coming! Pirates are coming! As you arrive in, you can see there are some other ships. They're all empty, and they're all kind of docked around the edges of the cove. And Captain Marshall, as you approach, goes, "Ah, well, you be returning to me so soon. I trust you have me a boatload of treasure."
So what? Sorry, go on.
I always considered treasure to be my my husband's. So indeed, we do have a boatload of treasure.
Ah, well, that's an interesting proposition there. And one that's not altogether inaccurate.
It's just non-fungible treasure.
I mean, are you sure you won't be upset if you hand them over to me? Aye?
We were thinking more that you come to us, you join us.
That's the true way to gain such treasure, but perhaps we know of a way to get even more boatloads of treasure that we might need your assistance with.
What ye be saying? What's your proposition?
Might we all make land to discuss that?
Aye, right. Pull up your boat alongside us. Aye, the waters are deep, but there are places you can anchor. He sort of points off to a spot near where their ship is. As you get closer, you notice. So there's their ship, and then there's also like a small rocky platform that is full of treasure. There's treasure chests and coins and boxes of spices, and it's all overflowing. And it kind of goes, your ship, their ship, treasure, little treasure platform.
Alright. So are we... before we disembark, I'll gather the crew together and sort of say, what is our actual plan here? Did we Are we going to try and pretend we've got some treasure to distract him?
I think if we can be on the side of the treasure on the platform, we can steal it, prove ourselves to be the better pirates, and then once we're the better pirates, we have the upper hand, and we can find the contracts, tear up our own, replace the names in everyone else's, and he has nothing, and the treasure is ours once more, because he must then give a boatload to us.
So
Logic is sound.
Start from the top. How do you expect this to go?
Without
Slowly.
age.
We have love on our side.
They only have
Okay.
greed. We have greed and love.
I was thinking a slightly more devious route. Let's just bring him down into the lower decks and say, "Oh, here's the treasure," and then where is it? Just point pistols at him and tie him up, and then we have
That
free
is a
reign.
That is a lot simpler, but do we all? I think that sounds like a wonderful adventure. I'm in favor.
Okay. Alright, well, in that case, call him aboard and say, yeah, we've got the treasure just below the deck.
Ah, you do actually have the treasure. Well, all that's about your husband. Giving me your husband's was a bit of a chuckle. I had a good laugh at that.
Yeah,
Right,
well, we know how much you like you.
Let me head on over to inspect the booty then.
Okay, it's just below the deck right here.
Aye.
Right,
Um,
I'll make
as
sure everyone
you're-
has a pistol.
Yeah,
it's
as you're leaving them
loaded.
below decks, who's staying on deck up top?
No one.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'll
no.
stay on.
Yeah, Marland, you notice something, which is that one of the ships around the edge, is the Ethereum, which was the ship that shot at you earlier.
Yeah.
And it's empty, and there's no sign of the crew.
Cannibals. No, can I, so obviously this is, is there some sort of land around the edge of the cave?
Yeah, there's some like rocky platforms and stuff that various ships are anchored to. Yours is a little further out, but you're still in that vague area.
Is there any sign of disembark and stuff like that?
No, there's no signs. There's no like campfires or anything. There's no signs that any pirates have been staying here, aside from people on the on Captain Marshall's ship.
Yeah. That is worrying.
Okay, well, so there's still 4 of us going
Yep,
below
the
decks
4 of
with
you.
him. So I'll make sure everyone has a gun. And as we bring in below decks, I'll
Alright,
signal for
see this booty. Wait, what's going on?
I'll signal for us all to draw our pistols.
This is a hold up. Wait, wrong genre.
Up. What the hell's going on here, Captain? Why are you screwing with me?
Alright,
We're
so
stealing the contracts.
The second greatest plunder of all after love.
so I will Ollie, go get some rope. Let's tie this guy up.
Right, let's see, like, you tie him up. I imagine you lead him back on deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Alright, men, stop. If you try anything, they'll shoot me.
What, who's they, sorry?
As he's calling for the rest of his men.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, what's going on? How many people have you done deals with?
Well, I mean, it's over, let me see, with most of the Caribbean at this point. Haven't bothered with the folks down south yet. All those receipts all those coupons do confuse me a whole bunch.
No, coupons are such a clever idea. Once we finish this, I'll give you a rundown so you know how they work.
Oh, but you won't be getting out of this cave alive. You keep threatening me.
You're ruining the pie economy.
Yeah, there's not enough booty to go around. How do you expect anyone to fulfill their end of the bargain?
Well, I mean, some people will. The really proper pirates, those who have proper pirate spirit in them, and if you can't fulfill the contract, then maybe you won't have to be a pirate after all.
Also,
I think the proper
ship the
pirate spirit is
non-flaggable
plundering
tides.
from worse pirates.
The ship the non-flaggable tides is also terrible for the environment.
Aye, well, I did sort of wonder why it drops rotten fish out of its out of its hold every 3 minutes, but they assured me it makes it go faster, or makes it more secure, or something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, that's not the point here.
Alright,
Being
well,
a proper pirate isn't about how much plunder you can booty.
How much booty?
Booty
Yeah.
you can plunder.
See, that was like 100% your character would say that.
Yeah. It's not about how much plunder you can booty. It's about working together with your husbands.
Well, you better work together
Under
and find
booty,
me
to
some
be clear.
treasure. You better work together and find me some treasure, or else you ain't gonna leave this. Or else you.
Well, we found the treasure.
right. Get your men to bring us these contracts. We want to see them for ourselves.
All right. Men, we're standing down. Bring them over the contracts and the treasure. And the men, the other people on the other pirate ship start, like, busying themselves with, like, running around the ship. Doesn't look like they're getting the treasure. But they may be preparing to, like, bring it over in, like, some kind of carrying vessel or something.
Well, hold on. We just want the contracts for now. We're not too bothered about the treasure.
No, we want the treasure. We like the booty.
Don't you like the treasure? They're gonna prepare to bring it over. Get some tarp and put some thingies on. That's why it's taking so long. You understand?
Olive, are you ready to rewrite all the contracts with your finest handwriting so all the treasure goes to us?
Well, hold on. I mean, we could do that, but wouldn't it be... You know, we've witnessed firsthand the pirate poverty that comes from all of these contracts. Wouldn't it be better to just destroy them all and then make pirates free again?
But we're thieves of the sea. We could take all the treasure that's been brought in now and all the first load of treasure and then cancel the contract for anyone who comes forward. Then the problem will be ended and we'll be rich.
Well,
We'll have the power of friendship.
that's not
And
right.
money.
I mean, is there honour and bureaucracy? I wouldn't think so. And additionally, that means every single person who the contracts are written for is going to be gunning for us. There'll be targets the size of cliffs painted on our backs.
Not if they don't know.
And
Or if they
Miss
find out we're
Wobbletop,
freeing them.
Miss Wobbletop does go, yes, there isn't really any honour in bureaucracy. That's why I learned how to sword fight. They sort of balance each other out, ends up on a pretty even keel of honour. As you're all talking, you start to notice a swell in the waves. And those more keen-eyed of you might notice a mysterious green glow start to emanate from the other ship.
They've invented flashlights. As the glow continues and the water continues to swell, the Captain Marshall starts to laugh. Oh, you be in for it now.
Okay.
The sea normally requires a week before the contract comes to call. But I think for you, it will make an exception. As the water swells and emerging from it is a giant, slimy, sea green tentacle that slaps out of the water, grabs onto the top of the cove, and starts to drag it up as another one comes out, and then another, and another, until dragging itself out of the water is a gigantic sea monster with two massive bulbous eyes, a mouth filled with thousands of rows of teeth. It's so big it takes up the entire cove and is almost incomprehensible in size and scale as it drags itself out of the water as the captain screams, "Polly, take the contracts and run!"
Okay, well,
Contracts and run! Contracts and run! As Polly swoops down, grabs the binder, and starts flying and starts flying up.
alright, so I'll start commanding my crew. So, Fear, fire on that power. Ollie, take this this guy VO deck. We'll be questioning him on how to, and start questioning him on how to stop this monster.
Aye, Captain.
Marianne and Milton, stay with me to hold down the fort.
Aye, Captain.
Mhm.
He's looking a bit shell-shocked. Too much piracy for one day. Not enough husbandry.
I'll also pull out a pistol.
It's a hug.
I'll also pull out a pistol and take aim at the parrot, flying away with the contracts.
Yeah. Really sorry, everyone. Just give me one sec. My poster just fell down. Let me just get that out of harm's way. Sorry.
Kraken.
Yeah, the Kraken was so big and devastating. It even affected the real world.
I can't believe the Kraken would try and halt the cruise.
Right.
It's the contracker.
The conch racken. that conch sure be racking. All right.
This really is a Kraken.
Hey.
So, Captain Francois, you are attempting to shoot down the parrot.
Mhm.
Oliver, you are taking Captain Marshall below decks to try and question them.
Mm-hmm.
The Marland, you are there to provide emotional support.
Yeah, that's me.
Good job. Good job. What are
So
Philip?
happy you're all here.
What are Philip and Milton doing?
I've ordered Philip to help me shoot down the parrot, but you don't have to do that, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah,
No,
no,
Philip will help.
Philip. Oh, you said Philip, not Milton.
Yeah, Philip will help.
What would you like Milton to do, Captain?
Emotional support. Well,
I am being very emotionally supportive.
Okay. So the two of you are going to attempt to shoot down the parrot. There is another pirate crew that are sort of charging across the deck towards the ship. But you can probably get off a couple of shots before you can get there.
Sorry,
Before they can get there.
So they're on our ship, are they?
No, they're currently on their ship. They're trying to jump over. They're trying to board you.
Right. Okay. In that case, Milton, full sail.
Aye, Captain! Also, can you repeat that? I didn't hear you.
Full sail. All sail.
Full sail, let's go.
Remember, I made a map.
Just sailing around the cove. All right. So we're going to start with shooting down the parrot. Could the two of you roll me pirate, please?
Aye, Captain. Oh, should.
That is a nothing roll.
Oh, I rolled too many dice. Wait, ignore me. Wait.
Yeah, this isn't going to get your bonus because you are not.
I don't know why I rolled all of them. I think I got excited.
That's very fair.
One success.
Okay, so yeah, as the shots ring off, you clip Polly, but she does keep flying while holding the ledger. One of the contracts falls onto the deck of the ship, but as you look down, you realize it's not yours.
Oh. What ship is it for?
It was signed by. All right, your job is to come up with pirate captain names.
You turn
for
it
each one that
around.
comes up. So, okay, this is I'm under a lot of pressure right now.
Brock Duchamp,
Peters.
always known as the blockchain.
No, that's the name of the ship. Right.
The firm interest.
Yes. The firm interest. Okay. Oliver, you're going to get the Captain Marshall downstairs and threaten him. How do you do that? What are you going to do?
I'm probably not going to threaten him because Oliver is too soft a boy. He's not very scary. I'm going to get him down and I know you love your crew as much as I love mine. That's why you work together. And this beast could hurt all of us. You need to tell us how we get rid of it, or else every pirate here is going to fall. Every pirate in the Caribbean is going to fall, and then then we'll be left not only without plunder, but without love. You have to find it somewhere in your heart. You love your crew, Captain Marshall. I know it. You know it. You have to save them.
My heart. Roll me husband.
Yeah, baby! That is 3 out of 4 possible 6s.
Oh, incredible!
Ooh.
Incredible
However, there is
scenes.
also one idiot.
You do, in fact, get an idiot. Okay. As he just kind of, as you kind of lead him downstairs, he's like, but I can't. It promised me riches, all the riches of the Caribbean. All I had to do was follow it, this scheme, and as long as the contracts were being signed, then I would get the money, and I wouldn't care what happened to the other pirates, and it definitely eat their souls.
But Captain, that's not being a pirate. That's being a businessman. You sound like a Britishman from Oxford.
Oh, well,
You couldn't be British, could you, Captain?
maybe it's worth it if you get all the plunder.
It's not about the plunder, it's about the adventure. And you would know that if you truly loved your crew.
Well, you know what it's really about? Tying knots properly as he gets free of the rope incredibly easily, and promptly pushes you down the rest of the stairs and runs back on deck.
How dare.
My beloved!
Try and scramble up and chase him. It's like, that wasn't emotionally charged enough to hurt.
Right, stop that now.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. Okay. Yes, Milton, you are currently trying to get the ship out of danger.
Yes.
As you see a tentacle starts to slam its way towards the ship, as you pull on the sail and desperately try to catch what little wind there is in this cove to push the ship forwards. Roll me pirate.
With this extras?
Yep.
Okay, so... One, two, oh damn. 2 successes, and for once I didn't roll idiot.
Good job, even on 2 dice. Incredible. Your ship catches the little bit of wind as the tentacle slams down just behind your ship, and there's this rolling wave that pushes your ship forwards. The other ship is driven backwards by this as they sort of slam into the wall. They're still around, but they probably won't be getting to you much very soon as you sort of ride the wave away.
Riding the wave of love.
Riding the wave of love. So, Francois, as you're trying to reload your pistol and draw a second shot, you feel something as the tentacle slams down in the area around you. This creature is fixated on you and is starting to there's something so large, so incomprehensible, it's starting to make you lose your grip on reality. Why do I keep forgetting the character's name? I don't understand. And Marland, you see this happening, and providing emotional support. Could you please roll husband to try and anchor your husband back to reality?
Rubbing his head where he got hit on the head with a pan earlier. I use my my red and my purple dice, my idiot dice. This one. Well, I managed to succeed, and I don't think either of the idiot dice. No, that's a 6 and a 4 on the idiot dice. So
amazing. Yeah. So
how emotionally supported.
How does Marland help his husband regain his composure?
Sure. So I imagine this thing is pretty supernatural, and it's putting out quite selfish, monogamous vibes, one might say.
Yes, extremely capitalist vibes.
Yeah. I combat that with a wave of psychic polyamorousness.
As you bring everyone together. Remember your crew, remember our love.
I start singing a shanty. Actually, no, that's more piratey. I start dancing a dad dance, and everyone just, vibes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm very sorry, Oliver. With your success, you should have. There's a piece of information I forgot to tell you, which is before it was gone. Basically, Captain Marshall told you that the contract is the thing that is drawing this creature towards these pirates.
See.
And with the contract gone, it will leave you alone.
Okay.
The contract.
Well, currently there's a parrot on it. So, what's everyone's plans here? The parrot is again still basically just at this point, having been shot at, it's just trying to avoid. It's not looking to leave anymore. It's just desperately trying to find a place where it can't get shot anymore.
Well, hold on. So what's the captain who came with us doing?
Captain Wobblechop is currently sort of positioned to deal with the pirate assault, but then as your ship has moved away,
She's on Weo duty.
She's drawn a rapier and is currently engaging Captain Marshall with his cutlass as he's got up on deck and started swinging his cutlass, trying to hack his way towards you.
Okay. Well then, so Marianne, get on Weo duty. Philip, you and I continue to fire on the parrot.
Yeah. Unless you want somebody to go and attack the Marshall as well, or stick with the parrot.
I think she can handle it. So
Okay.
we need that parrot.
They all need to fall in the sea. All of the contracts. It's the most important thing.
Right. Try and grab the grab the parrot. Are we still shooting it, or do you want us to try and Captain? Should we shoot it? Should we grab it?
Well, it's not. Is it within reach?
I mean, you could try and leap your way up there.
I think if it's closer, then we're better off shooting at it again.
I just feel bad for the parrot. I'll shoot the parrot.
I'm on.
Well, we
I'm on
can
the
just
rigging,
use
aren't
the
I?
eggs.
You are currently on the rigging, yes.
Yeah.
I could jump down from the rigging onto the parrot.
So the parrot is currently higher than the ship,
Ah,
but it is still within reach. If you'd like to try and jump from the top of the ship, you could try and grab at it.
yes.
Okay, yeah. You do that. We'll open fire. So it's for the greater good.
You let your beloved husband.
Right. So do we roll?
Roll me pirate. All three of you.
Okay, that is 2 successes and 0 crit failures.
That is, I lost one of my dice.
That's no successes, but no failures either. That's a very nothing roll.
That's no successes and 2 crit failures.
Can I use my love point to try and nullify that failure?
You could spend your love point here, but how would you be able to help? Bear in mind, you're shooting from the deck, and he's on the rigging. Milton's on the rigging, way above you.
I'll fire one of the shots because I can see from here. If you're about to jump on the parrot, then I will sort of fire a warning shot to stop you jumping.
Yeah. Okay. So you draw your pistol and you see Milton attempt to jump, and it's just not going to work. The mast is bent funny. You see Milton slip, and then you fire a shot. And Milton, as the shot sort of whizzes past your face, you are reminded of the first time you met Francois, when you tried to steal from him, and he shot at you, and that moment has stuck with you this entire time, and it reminds you of your love, and you decide maybe to think best of it and not to jump.
I just get distracted by love.
Yeah, and then Francois, you fire your other pistol, and you do manage to clip. You do manage to clip the actual Rolodex this time.
Nice.
It drops, and Polly swoops and catches it again, but not before 2 more pages, two more contracts fall out. It's definitely having an effect, but you haven't quite got it yet.
Right.
All right, Oliver, what are you doing?
I am.
So there's currently a sword fight happening on the deck as Captain Marshall tries to reach Sorry, the name's going out of my head. Francois, that was it. Well, yeah, and Milton is currently up in the rigging, just having survived a close encounter.
Can I attempt to mimic the voice of Captain Marshall and call out, Polly, just drop it and fly!
Okay, sure. Roll me pirate. I think this is sneaky enough to make this a pirate roll.
It's a pirate roll, that's fair. Perfect. 6 and a 1. A success and an idiot.
Excellent. How do you think you screw this up as you're delivering a pitch perfect impression of Milton? Of Milton? That's that different character. I'm so sorry. Of Marshall.
I like the idea that that Ollie is too focused in the moment and on the dramatic and underhanded saving of his husbands from this menace that he completely forgets about the real Marshall for a second and orders Polly to do this directly above extremely English name
Wobblechop.
Wobblechop. And in doing so, sort of dazes her for a moment. That lets Marshall run free.
Yeah. So Polly does in fact drop the Rolodex. It hits it hits Wobblechop in the head, and as she's sort of reeling from this, Marshall slashes her and she drops to the floor. Marshall grabs the Rolodex, throwing it back to Polly. Make a couple more pages do fall out. As Polly kind of catches it and is now flying very low across the water. So she's a good distance away from you, but she is low enough down that if you caught up, you would be able to catch her. And now Captain Marshall is bearing down on Francois with no one to stop him.
Okay.
And to make, if things couldn't get worse, there is now an entire row of tentacles all bearing down on the ship. As this giant sea monster is attempting to crush you.
Can we broadside the parrot?
You absolutely could broadside the parrot. Just one more thing before we go, which is, Jaden, could you make another husband roll, please?
Of course I can.
As you try and keep your crew anchored to reality.
Yeah. Come on, everyone. We're doing our best.
That's
the best we can do.
When Sammy said that you're on emotional support, I was like, damn, that actually is extremely relevant here.
So that is a lot of successes on my 7 dice. That is 4 successes, but I do succeed idiotically.
Idiotically, yes. Okay. So you manage to calm everyone down. Everyone's feeling extremely calm, and you go a little too long into the long-winded descriptions of how everything is going, and everyone's just so overwhelmed by love that they are a little distracted. So everyone on this next round is going to have a -1 to all your rolls.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
Because you're just so distracted by love.
That's good, because I lost one of my dice.
Okay, so, to a reminder, Francois, you've got the captain bearing down on you. The parrot is currently low to the water, but far away from the ship, and there is an entire, row of tentacles about to slam down on top of the ship.
I'll order a broadside volley on the parrot. We need to shoot it down.
Broadside the parrot.
Yeah.
Excellent idea.
And I guess I'll try my best to dodge out the way. Do I have very quick access to a sword, or is it sheathed? See, I not on me.
Yeah, no, you could totally. If you're going to focus more on keep giving orders, yeah, it basically depends on. You could try and fend off the captain's assault.
Okay.
Who's going to broadside the parrot?
Well, we'll need basically everyone who's on deck currently, because we'll need multiple people firing the cannons, I suppose. So, are they already loaded?
It's a this is a role-playing game. You don't need multiple people firing the cannons. Don't worry about it.
Okay, well, I suppose one person can run down with a match and light all of the fuses, so...
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, each person could fire one cannon. If you want more chances of hitting the parrot, you can have multiple people each fire a cannon themselves.
Okay, so who's on deck currently? We need to roll call
I'm-
clear.
Me, but
I'm in the
unavailable.
rigging.
Okay. So... Oye and Philip on the cannons.
Right.
Milton, help me fight this guy.
My only concern with if we all fire cannons is I thought maybe somebody should go and try and remove some of the tentacles.
I was planning on moving away from the tentacles,
Okay,
Well-
chill then.
using the
Ignore me.
rigging.
I was under the impression if we destroy the contract, then the assault from the monster will stop.
Okay.
So I think that
Yeah,
should be our
please.
priority.
You're
We're
doing so
through
well,
its big, paper
everyone.
weak spot.
What, sorry?
I feel like
Sorry,
Thank you,
I...
Marlon, we love you.
Right.
Good luck, everyone. Alright, so, we'll start with Milton.
Okay.
Roll me pirate, please, to attempt to, once again, steer the ship out of danger.
with my advantages because I'm
Yeah, but remember, you have -1 die, because
so
of-
6 dice.
you're so distracted by love.
The power
Uh,
of love.
That's the power of love.
1 success, 1 idiot.
Okay. Okay, we'll hold that. Cannon firing. 2 of you. Roll me pirate.
Is it still with a
with-
-1?
Yeah, with your -1.
Yeah.
Oh, I have but 1 dice, then it is an idiot dice. Oh, I am shook. I am shook to my core. I must. No, it's not showing up. It is a
no,
6.
Discord doesn't want to know. You rolled a 6. Excellent.
Hey, that's twice we've done that this session.
Yeah.
Single dice to 6.
Might have rolled 2 3s and a 1 on my idiot dice. So I've
No.
not succeeded. I have in fact failed like a moron.
Cool.
Failed.
So those 2 idiots are going to compound, but we'll get there. Next up, Francois. Roll me pirate.
So that's a single success and no failures.
Nice. Okay, so here is what happens from the top. So, Francois, you give the order and then spin out of the way as the cutlass swishes downward right where it was. It catches your fancy pirate captain's coat and pins you to the ground. So you now can't. You've dodged the attack, but you now can't run away any further as the captain pulls out a pistol and starts approaching you. I always knew it was a mistake to give you a contract. Milton, you successfully fill the sails and just about bring the ship around to skid its way out of the path of tentacles. Oliver, you fire the cannon and it smacks into the parrot with a big explosion as Polly crashes down onto the pile of treasure.
Didn't realise it was R2D2.
Yes.
The Rolodex is floating in the water. Your contract is there, you just need to go and get it. However, as you are trying to fire the cannon, Philip, the ship lurches and you accidentally knock it, and the cannon misfires.
No.
So, you take a stress,
Okay.
and your ship is now sinking. It cracked the hull. Your ship is now split in 2 and is starting to slowly sink beneath the waves.
Been an honour playing with you, gentlemen.
Sorry.
We have a checklist for this.
Oh, we do. We do. I don't know if there's time for me to get out my checklist in this event.
There's
found
always time. There's always time for a checklist.
Step 1: panic.
Okay, we've done step 1. I am currently panicking.
Well, the ship
There
has
isn't a
fully
step
come to a
two.
stop before stepping onto the platform.
Please keep hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times.
My hands and legs are inside the vehicle, which is sinking.
Okay. So he's still approaching me, isn't he? Did the ship suddenly cracking throw him off balance?
It throws him off balance, but he's still, he's still present. He's a pirate. They're used to being thrown off balance.
Right.
Pirate training.
Damage report.
I believe that was
How
Dan's
bad
report
How bad is it? Anyone?
Sorry,
Quartermaster?
you're breaking. I think I'm lagging out of it. Is that me?
No.
Well, sure. Well, just anyone who can get a better view on the ship and sort of engage in combat.
I reckon
No,
this
so
is.
we didn't hear what you said.
Yeah,
My
I reckon
bad.
this is a quartermaster thing to give a damage report.
Yeah, sure.
So I'll have a look around, gauge the damage.
The ship is kind of screwed.
I imagine because in this world we call ships he's.
Yeah,
he's-
all ships are male.
He's
because,
pretty done for, Captain. Family friendly stream.
Right.
Family friendly.
How
We've been doing well, don't mess it up now, Jaden.
how parious is the water below?
Well, the fact that you can now see the water through the deck because the entire ship is split in two and is sinking might be a sign that things aren't too great right now.
I have to say that I'm proud of my my father for giving me swim lessons, Captain. Yep, we've reached that state of affairs.
Okay, but like, is it a calm? Presumably, the water around it isn't particularly calm, is it?
Well, I mean, there's no waves because you're in a cove. It's just that all of the thrashing of tentacles is kind of making it.
Yeah. So
Like, you've got some time before the ship goes completely under, but you're still not looking too great right now.
okay.
So,
We can stop the monster. We can swim.
Jaden, could you roll me
Mhm.
husband, please?
Of course I can. What is this for?
We'll say it's for searching the ship. I will give you a quartermaster bonus because
Sure.
this is something you
Roll
notice
my
while you're
dice.
doing it, so I'll make that part of the roll.
So let me roll my 2 idiot dice first, because I don't actually have 9 dice on me. So, funnily enough.
Yeah, the first time you get to bring 9 dice
That's
to
a double
bear.
idiot, but I can roll
We move.
7 more dice.
Uh-huh.
That's 2 successes. So yep, I succeed, but idiotically.
You spot something as you're looking around.
Mhm.
One of the ships here is not like the others because it hasn't been anchored. Because someone forgot to put the anchor down.
It's here.
As you see your own ship, which is not in a good way, it looks like it's been scraped against the rocks, but it's still there, and it's still serviceable, and you're so excited by this that you fall off the side of the ship.
Oh, yeah.
There he
So you have
there he
drunk.
goes.
Although I've already canonized that I have swimming lessons, I'd like
Yeah,
to
no,
just.
you're fine.
I'm like, oh ship, oh.
Oh shit! Oh, ah!
Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
I love it!
So, as a reminder, your ship is if you're currently here and your ship is sinking, right? The contracts have landed about here. Your ship is about there, but your actual ship, the one that you're on right now, isn't going anywhere. It's sinking. It isn't going anywhere except down. So, what is the plan here, people? What are you going to do?
Again,
If we
with
can
some
line up a
ladders.
shot against the box, maybe the thrashing of the wave will turn the contracts to mulch and it'll sink and we can get our true ship.
Well, with
Here, take my pistol.
I want to save my beloved. I want to take a rope and throw it into the waves to him and pull him up dramatically and romantically.
Okay, nice.
well, why don't we get a grappling hook and throw it over to the other ship, and then we can all climb across from this one as it slowly sinks.
Yeah? Okay, well, first of all, Francois, you currently have a very angry pirate pointing a gun at you. So you're going to try and fight him off?
Well, is he... How is he attacking? Is he got a gun drawn, or is he...
He has a gun
pointing a
pointed at you.
sword?
It's very unstable footing, so it's not like before where he can just shoot you, but he lost his sword, because his sword is currently pinning you to the deck. Remember, he stabbed at your... Yeah, he stabbed at your coat.
Okay, I'll try and school him then, so I'll sort of dodge around a bit to the best of my ability, even though I'm sort of pinned, but...
Yeah, so you're basically just going to try and, like... You can try and, like, grab at the pistol and, like, make sure that wherever it's aiming, it's not you.
Sure. And
Okay,
I'll call for help. Sure.
Sorry, yeah, what are you calling out?
Oh, that is a brilliant roll. That is 2 6s and 2 1s.
Excellent.
Yes,
the 2 1s are the idiot dice.
I'll cry, someone help me take down this guy.
Help, even.
Alright, so, Philip, you're going to run in and basically run him through?
Yeah.
Alright, roll me pirate.
My jewel is special.
Yes.
Yes.
It would be novel, but actually navigating this ship is quite difficult right now.
Do we still have the -1?
No, that's gone now.
Okay. Right, I'm going to roll my 2 idiot die first. Okay, I'm not an idiot.
Always good to know.
Okay. Okay.
You liking what
That's 2 successes.
Okay, so we'll get back to that actually, if you don't mind, because that's dramatic,
fine.
and I want to make sure that happens last. So, Milton, you're throwing a rope to
my beloved.
Cool. You can just do that. That's not a roll.
Okay. Okay.
Could you make me a pirate roll, Marland, with a +2, because there is a rope here for you to grab.
Oh, fantastic.
Because
I was
swimming
going
is
to
a
say,
pirate skill.
piracy is not my best. I was taught, but...
Just some husbands on the ship full of pirates.
So, because I'm using 2 idiot dice at the moment, on 3 dice, that is 2 successes, but one of them got a 3, and that was my idiot dice. So, I succeed, but idiotically.
So you grab the rope. How do you think you can be an idiot here? Do you reckon?
I'd like to think that as I kind of I fell into the water, it's a bit chaotic and stuff.
Yeah.
I like reach out and grab, and I find myself kind of have hooked onto the rope and a tentacle.
Yes. You grab for safety, and you realize you grab them both together, and it's really hard to let go of one without letting go of the other. So you're just kind of thrashing around as this creature was really not expecting that. It was expecting to get, like, shot, stabbed, maybe. It's really not expecting a hug.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's all it needs.
To be defeated with the power of love.
Can I roll husband again?
Roll me husband.
Sure. Oh my god, the amount of 6s. I got 4 6s, but I also, on one of my idiot dices, I got a 1. So that's, I succeed, but idiotically.
You decide to kind of, like, try and cast your mind out to this creature. To try and, like, show it the meaning of love.
Yeah.
And
what is love?
You reach out for it, and you feel this, like, as it kind of reached out its consciousness towards you, it's curious, because again, it was really not expecting a hug.
Yep. Curiosity is how most of these things start.
And it is alien. It comes from a place of pure solitude. As far as it knows, it is the only creature like it in existence. And it's so lonely. And the only way it knows to keep itself from losing itself completely is through the souls of sailors. And you can feel these, like, hundreds of souls from the pirate crews who haven't delivered their boatloads on time and have been sucked up by this monster. But as you're starting to show it, there might be another way to gain companionship. You don't necessarily have to trap people.
Yeah. You don't need to feed on people, just nurture.
And you're so caught up in doing this that you forget to do anything else. You're just there, like, having this massive heart-to-heart while everything else is going on around you.
Silent heart-to-heart with a crack.
Like,
I was
hands
expecting
out
this to
as the
happen in my
music
Call of
fades.
Cthulhu game. No.
You know what? If you can beat the Cthulhu monsters with the power of love, I will let you just win in the Call of Cthulhu game. It's fine.
Cool. So while that's happening, Oliver, I believe you're the only one who hasn't done anything yet this round.
Yeah.
So is there anything particular you want to do?
Well, no one else is trying to break the contract box, so I'm gonna. Is it close enough where I could like jump in and open it myself, or is it like far enough away where I might want to like shoot the lock off it or something like that?
So it's not a box. It's a Rolodex. Right, so it's like this like binder of contracts that's currently kind of floating on the waves. It's made of wood, so it's quite buoyant.
Yeah, it's not null and void with a single bullet through it. So I'm gonna try and jump in and get it.
Okay, you're gonna try and swim through the current.
Yes.
Okay, roll me pirate.
Do I still have the -1? That's gone now, right?
That's gone.
Okay, I have 2 whole dice, you guys.
Mm-hmm. And they're both idiot dice.
I got the straps.
What? Oh, maybe. Oh, you haven't. Sorry, that's my bad.
I rolled a 4 on both of them, so it doesn't make a difference. I do not succeed, but I do not idiot.
Okay, you are swimming your way towards the contract. You haven't quite got there yet, but you will get there soon. So, turning around to we'll go back to the fight. So, Francois, the captain has got you at gunpoint. And as he like lurches, you see your opportunity. You lunge instead of trying to run away because you're pinned to the deck. You lunge forward and grab his arm, and he starts like trying to wrestle it to bring it to bear, and you're trying to wrestle it to pull away. And you scream, "Somebody help me!" And Philip, you see your opportunity, and running over the deck, you run forward and take a couple of steps and stab at the captain, at Captain Marshall, and you run him through as he takes a couple of staggering steps backwards. He says, "You think that'll be enough? I'm made of sterner stuff than this." I, as he pulls his pistol to bear, as he staggers backwards, and his foot catches on his long, fancy pirate coat that's just a little too impractical. As the shot goes up and fires into the roof, and he falls and hits the water. As he's not dead or anything. He's kind of picking himself up, but he's been stabbed and has fallen quite a distance. So he's clearly like not altogether with it at the moment.
Right, yeah. So is he basically out of the picture for now?
Yeah, he'll probably get back in the picture at some point, but he's not doing anything at the moment.
Okay, have we successfully managed to get like throw a rope to the other ship yet, or?
No, that hasn't happened yet.
In that case, I'll
doing that to just swim.
I want to save us from the monster.
Well, in that case, I will grab the nearest grappling hook and attempt to do that myself.
Sure. Yeah, roll me pirate to see how fast you do it. There's no penalty because no one's trying to stop you, but speed could be an issue considering that the monster might decide to take another swing at you guys.
That's a neutral
hasn't quite learned the full power of love just yet.
I got nothing on that roll.
Nothing on that roll. Okay. So you do manage. You will totally get. You'll get the rope over. But in a minute. We might just wait for one of us to get back from the loo. Perfect timing.
Great timing.
No, it's all okay. I did say before we got started that like if people just need to go run to the loo and everything, that's completely fine.
Aye.
It's fine. Really, it's okay. Okay, so to run down on what's happening, the Captain Marshall is down. He tripped up on his own coat and is fallen to the deck, fallen to the bilge that the ship is currently sinking into. And the captain, your captain, Francois, is in the process of throwing a rope to the other ship. However, the sea monster is still trying to smash your ship with other tentacles. It's not hurting. It's not hurting you, Maynard. Marland. Sorry.
There are too many M names.
It's one of those names that just doesn't stick. I like it.
One of those names that
yeah,
just makes other people suffer.
It is literally just sliding off my brain.
He's slightly psionic.
This is why I repeated Philip 3 times, because it means no one's going to forget it.
Phillips.
Yeah. Okay, so, Milton, how are you gonna deal with this? You're the only one who isn't currently doing something.
So what's the deal?
The captain Francois is trying to get a rope over to your ship.
Yep.
But there is currently a sea monster trying to smash you.
Okay.
And your ship is currently not moving.
Okay. I'm going to shoot the captain because that's rude. He's trying to hurt my husband, and I don't want that.
No. So Captain Marshall is down. He fell. The danger currently is that the sea monster is trying to smash you.
Okay. Isn't Jaden's beloved having like the power of feelings?
Yeah, but I said that's currently only stopping them from crushing Marland. The rest of you guys are still on the fence.
Okay. I'm going to try and shoot the folio, the Rolodex.
I'm currently swimming to get it.
Okay. Oh, then I will stand at the side and yell supportively for my beloved to swim better.
Okay, cool.
Take swimming lessons when we next get to shore.
All right. Make me a pirate roll with a +2 because you are receiving aid from your husband.
Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, much better, much better. The power of love, guys. No idiot dice, 2 successes, 1 dice. It didn't do anything for me.
You're swimming and you make it to, and you grab the Rolodex and you turn and you see the tentacles speeding towards the ship. Philip, you're the only one who hasn't acted. Is there anything you think you can do to try and stop this tentacle from smashing into the ship?
But we're also trying to the power of loving it. And I think Philip, whilst isn't great at being a husband, knows the importance of husbandry, and is learning. So I think is there some way I can, misdirect the tentacle away from the boat?
Harry it.
Yeah, can I just,
That's some blood nonsense right there.
Can I just yeet it away?
What if you propose?
I mean, you could get the captain out of the way, because currently the only people in the path of the tentacle are you, Milton, and Francois. So if you could move all of you out of the way...
Yes, I would like to do that.
You're going to, grab the two of them under your bulging muscles and jump.
Run off. Yeah.
We're gonna take the captain and move it over there.
Okay, roll me pirate.
Yes. Okay, good, that's pirate. Oh, thank God. I'm going to make these be my idiot
Super
die.
important roll, 1 die.
Yeah, these are my idiot dice because they're in the same colour palette. Okay, so that's 3 successes, but 1 piratical idiot failure.
Okay, so you grab your husband and run for the side of the deck as the tentacle is coming crashing down. And you get to the end, and as you're about to kind of set them off, your foot catches on the lip of the ship. And your husbands go forwards, and you two, Milton and Francois, you grab each other to stay safe. You're holding onto the ropes. You're going to basically land in the water, but be able to swim over to your ship very easily. And Philip, the tentacle, smashes into you, crushing the back half of the ship, and then reels up, wrapping around both you and Wobblechop as you're being dragged into the air and begins to squeeze. As the two of you make your way to the ship, Oliver, you have your contract. in your hands as you're floating in the water.
I'll look towards and say, This is but a prison for you, Kraken. You must learn the power of love, and for that you must lose the power of capitalism. And I'll tear it in half.
Guys, I think we're being a bit heavy-handed with our metaphors.
No, we're not. We're being perfectly correctly handled.
As you rip the contract up, you look at the page and you can see the signature disappear. The Kraken, it's a sea monster. Maybe it is the Kraken, who knows? I haven't decided.
This is the Caribbean canonically is in Scandinavia, so that does track.
What?
It's the Kraken's a North Sea monster. Python is the Hellenic one, and I'm not gonna go off about sea monsters right now. You can't make me. You can't trick me like that, Zach.
I wasn't.
And Leviathan is. I'm done.
I wasn't trying to trick you. Yeah. So as it retreats one of its tentacles, Philip, you and Wobblechop are being like crushed, basically. And Wobblechop kind of looks over at you and just goes, "I was really hoping I wouldn't die in a place like this. But, you know, at least I had some decent company." What? Yes?
Kids, can we save? Rescue?
Please?
Marland, you sort of come out of your haze of communicating with this thing to realize that you get the impression from it that it is no longer attempting to harm your crew. However, you do see the two of them being like crushed by this tentacle, and it doesn't seem to be stopping. Is there anything you'd like to try and tell it?
Me?
Yeah.
Taking the true plunder away from you.
My dear, you've been so lonely. And I'm sorry for that. But there's no need to suffocate others. We can help.
Is this real sense that you get from it? It can't communicate words, but it doesn't know any other way. It doesn't know how to exist in a way where it doesn't do this.
Then let us show you.
Gotta propose to the Kraken.
I pick up after the like all the ships have been destroyed and stuff like that. There's like a floating like life ring.
Yeah. Yeah.
I pick it up as it's like dragging me to water, and
like,
I just slowly
slip
onto the tentacle.
Yeah, like you get a bit of flotsam and put one knee on it.
Yeah.
The pressure around you, Philip, slowly starts to release until it sets you down on the rapidly sinking ship and uncoils the tentacle and starts to retreat itself. And as it's doing that, so Captain Marshall sort of picks himself up as he like coughs, hand to his chest. Hand to his stomach where he was stabbed. He's, no, but I did the best I could. I tried to fill the contract. No! As another tentacle reaches out towards him, wraps him up, and drags him towards the creature.
Which is technically a contract.
As you're flipping through the Rolodex, Oliver, you do see the initial contract, which required a shipment of souls, and in return, Captain Marshall will be given all of the treasure in the Caribbean.
Oliver is going to try something a little different, a little less piratey this one, and is going to sort of swim up to a place that he can pop it down, and pull out one of the pencils he used to draw his maps, and crosses out souls and writes love, and crosses out Marshall and writes all of the pirates. And try and change the contract. So that marriage will give us treasure.
Marshall's screams, which were about to be abruptly cut off by the closing of this thing's gigantic mouth, continue. And once again, the tentacle sort of pulls back and sets the captain down on this, on the ship, on his ship. And his crew go, "Captain! Captain!" And they all like rush over and give him a big old hug. And the sea monster fixes its eyes upon you, Oliver. And again, this is impression of this like gigantic entity behind it. And you get the sense that's not quite how this works.
Oliver's never used a contract before.
It signed, it basically asks, is this really going... Like, I wanted souls. Is this really worth it?
Oliver,
is this of equivalent value?
Oliver, gives his best soft smile and readjusts his, as Philip pointed out, badly put on glasses, and tussles his hair back a little bit, and just calls out, "Everyone here is fighting for love more than treasure. That's how you bind souls together, not by stealing them, because then they try to escape. But if you bind them together because they choose to be bound together, then the joy of your souls will go on for eternity, both in love and in marriage contracts. This is the greatest way to get souls, is when they're given. And when you give yours back."
No, it's Satan.
It kind of stops and thinks about this for a long time, and there's just this general sense of, we'll see. And it slowly begins to sink beneath the waves once again.
I like to think because it's got a life preserver on one tentacle, that one lingers a bit longer.
Yeah, it's really what the preserver is, so it's trying to sink in. The tentacle isn't quite going down, and eventually another tentacle comes up and punctures a hole in it. But it still takes the life preserver.
Oh, thank you.
We'll see you when you make your decision, my beloved.
Now, Milton and Francois, you've arrived on the deck of your original ship, the Beloved. Everything is just as you left it.
All the throw pillows.
With just the right amount of throw pillows.
Which is
the
none.
correct spacing?
You'll have to work on that a little bit.
Ah, nearly
There's
perfect.
Have I been muted for the last 5 minutes?
Yes, you have been on mute for the last 5 minutes.
Sorry, I didn't notice.
You doing all right there?
Yeah.
Yeah? No, great.
Okay.
But yeah, what would you like to do?
Well, I don't know, I'll leave it to you guys, since you seem to have handled that conflict quite well. Where do you think we should next go?
I think we should figure out whether this is the Cove of No Returns, i.e. it doesn't accept receipts, this is the Cove of No Returns, i.e. we can't return on our boat, or whether it is the Cove of No Returns, i.e. we will just never be able to return. But I suppose we can circumnavigate the second option by taking the Beloved home and leaving this ship here.
Yes.
And we know it's not the third because all of these guys have been getting in and out.
Yeah, they're all okay.
And we know
Why is
it's
it called-
not the first, because we could trade, because we could return the contract for a contract of love.
I have
Then
considered
maybe.
a fourth option. Here's my flipboard. I believe that the fourth option is this is called the Cove of No Returns for the sake of making people feel like they shouldn't go there because it's dangerous, but in actuality it's just a cove with a name.
You know, says Wobblechop, I really think you might be onto something.
Well, then I propose we change its name now that we've liberated it to the Cove of Good Company.
Yes.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
then we'll take this treasure, because the contract says for all pirates, and we're pirates. And I think we missed date night. And I think we'll make this one lavish.
I do like dates.
Every night is date night.
We have missed so many date nights, so we have to make up for it by making this one extra special.
It gives you a good digestive system.
You know, I heard of this great tavern.
Oh.
In fact, Pillar, it's where your favorite type of tea comes from.
Not
Long Island.
Thousand Island, not Short Island, not Medium
Long
Island. It's Long Island!
Island.
And you know what? I've had ready for 2 years now. I pull out this glass tube that has a scroll inside and I uncork it. And it's a beautifully drawn map to Long Island.
Ahoy, hearties!
I've never experienced love like this before!
So, Miss Wobblechop just sort of settles herself down on the boat, on your boat, and she's like, well, I suppose I'll wait here until you ransom me back, then.
Well, so we're all about consensual ransoming here.
Right.
Consent is key. Do you want to be ransomed back?
Well, I mean, look, I'm not a pirate. This isn't really the right life for me. But, so yes, I would in fact be like to ransom back to the Wobblechops, the Oxford Wobblechops. Don't get us confused with that lot in Sussex.
Yes, or the Cambridge Wobblechops.
Or, we don't speak.
Don't talk about the Cambridge Wobblechops, my love.
However, if you are ever in the area, I would love to see you in Oxford one day, and perhaps we can teach each other a thing or two about graphs.
Yeah. Can't think of anything better than learning more about graphs. The pie charts have always eluded me.
I can teach you many a thing about pie charts, and this carries on as you're all kind of sailing out of the cove. You take a healthy share of the treasure. You basically start taking treasure, and then the other pirates start protesting, and then you start pointing guns at them, and this continues until a correct amount of treasure has been taken. Because although it's full of love, you are still pirates after all.
Yes.
Like you said before, full of love and greed.
Yes. And then for the next, over the next few months, a mysterious new legend starts of pirates that were in trouble being saved by some strange creature beneath the waves. Never quite fully seeing it, but it's clear it's out there somewhere, and maybe trying to help sailors in need. And that is where we are going to end the game.
Yeah, but your husbands!
This was so nice!
Zach, I adore you.
I was really not expecting this to just get so wholesome so quickly.
How many? Did we propose to 3 separate people?
There are a lot of potential husbands and or wives involved.
When you get on engagements in the sea, naval engagements, there's going to be a few marriages.
Naval engagements, indeed.
I love my idiot pirate husbands.
Yeah!
My idiot pirate
Thank you all for playing. That was really, really fun.
That's
for
running it.
people who are interested, I am probably going to do a write-up of these rules, properly. I will get there. I haven't quite thought of them. I was making them up as I went, but yeah. I did promise to talk about the inspiration of this game. Also, by the way, M, feel free to come in and tell me to stop if you want to get the next group in. The inspiration of this game was there is one of the League of Legends animated shorts involving 2 of the pirate characters. We were watching all of them at one point, and then I scrolled down to the comments, and the top comment was just, idiot pirate husbands take on Cthulhu. And I was just like, right, that you could. It was like you could make a game out of this, and that's what happened with the final. That's why I knew I had to have you fighting Cthulhu at the end, or teaching Cthulhu the power of love.
That's right. It was healthy fighting.
Yeah,
It was.
Yeah.
We were letting our emotions out, but we didn't let it get personal. We didn't hurt each other.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. The multi-level marauding was
True way to defeat LMs is showing your friends that you care about them as more than just customers.
Is by messing with capitalism. I almost lost it at the end there. Oh my god.
We've been doing so well for 4 hours, which is good for this group.
It kind of took it out of me, which I think is where that happened. That was embarrassing. All right. Well, we currently I can see the other group assembling. I'm sure they'll be in a minute.
They will be the WLW version of what we just did, I think.
Yeah. Tonight we do in fact we've just done the G's. We'll do the L's in a minute. The B's will obviously be counted by all of this, and then the T's will happen after that with Lichcraft. To give you an idea of what's coming up tonight, obviously you can check down in the description. We've got a schedule, but coming up will be Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Which I am very excited about. It's a new system that got a lot of buzz at the time. And then
it seems really cool.
Yeah. And after that will be Lichcraft into the wee hours of the morning. Which, it's very exciting. I believe we have some trans people attempting to beat NHS waiting lines by becoming immortal.
It's impossible. Look, I've tried it. The science just isn't there yet. But I think one day we will not only be able to be immortal, but time travel ourselves into the future when the waiting lists are over, and that's the dream. That's the dream. I assure you all.
We've had some more donations. We've hit over 50%.
Yeah.
Or 50% of the way to our goal. Which is,
share a treasure.
Most
incredible.
Makita gave £100.
Yeah. Saying good luck and remember to keep hydrated. Thank you very much. I have water present. That goes for everyone else as well.
I did have juice. I did finish it over the course of the game.
If we keep hydrated, how are we going to pass it on to the Thirsty Sword Lesbians? They need to be less hydrated than
We'll be hydrated, and they'll be ever so slightly less hydrated, so they can hydrate during the game and show them good practice.
Why hydrate with water when you could hydrate with this? #nonspawn.
Marion, you've been sponsored your entire life, but
I'm not sponsored by Pepsi, but if they wanted to pay my rent, I feel like it would be fair recompense at this point. People apologise to me when they drink Coke.
We're about to get out of all of your hair, but is there anything else anyone would like to say before we leave?
I want to tell everyone
thanks everyone for watching.
As much as we love our husbands. I think that's important.
Thank you all for watching.
Thank you all for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 I'm gonna just stay and wait for the Thirsty Sword Lesbians job, and I'm gonna vacate the premises.
I dipped for a minute. What are we doing?
We're getting out of their hair.
Oh, okay, great.
Bye everybody.